We're back. Dude, that was crazy, dude. What the fuck? I was looking at fucking... I was looking at Asmongold's stream, and he was like black screened as well. Like everyone's screens were just gone. Like every fucking... Bruh, Hasan just lost 20K. That's how it always happens, dude. When you get fucking clapped, when your cheeks get clapped, it's done. You're done. We're back, boys. It fixes itself.
Is this a good time to share my sweet 16?
That was weird. What the fuck?
"10 months and he leaves."
Hold on. I was on a roll too. What the fuck? That's crazy. Absolutely devastated, dude. Absolutely devastating. Too much Amazon slander? Yeah, I spoke too much about capitalism. And Jeff Bezos was like, we gotta fucking... Jeff Bezos was like, yep, we gotta fucking clap his ass cheeks, dude. Too much. Too much. Too much. Too much. Big government didn't want you talking about vets? Oh, yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, so... What I was talking about is, like, veterans. All you get is a fucking veteran, dude. All you get is a goddamn veteran is, like, fucking 20% off at Denny's, dude. That shit sucks. Okay? That's nothing. Like, 20% off on Denny's, or like, you know, you get ahead. You get to skip the line when you're at the airport. And that, to me, is bullshit. Like, that fucking sucks. I got a GI Bill and free healthcare for life, but I am broken as fuck. Yeah, I mean, there's also that, too. Dude, this is so annoying, man. Every single fucking time. Every single fucking time I like turn it off and on, like my stream goes on and off, I just immediately lose like half of my fucking audience. It's so frustrating, dude. Anyway, let's get back into it. Even though I'm fucking pissed off. It literally just happens to me. It literally does not happen to anyone else. I don't know why. It only happens to me. You have 20K? Stop complaining. Yeah, I know.
I'm glad they did.
The only reason our GI Bill is so incredible is because the alternative is so dog shit. I know. All of Twitch crashed. All of Twitch crashed.
Geez, whole west coast of Twitch died. Happy 1-0.
Just LA streamers crashed? Okay, well, here, I'm going to run this now. We're going to get back to fucking Ron DeathSantis, okay? The #1 advocate for COVID. Like, literally siding with COVID over his own people, over the people of Florida. What did Ron DeathSantis do now?
Governor accuses President Biden of trying to turn Florida into a, quote, biomedical security state.
But as he resists masks in schools, some Florida school districts are pushing back. News 6's Troy Campbell tells us they're making changes just days before the start of the new school year.
The back and forth between the White House and the governor is only adding fuel to the fire as local districts continue to take up the issue of wearing masks in school. Here at Orange County Public Schools, they will require all staff and visitors to wear a mask. Governor DeSantis is threatening to withhold funding from any district that requires students to mask up.
If you're trying to deny kids a proper in-person education, I'm going to stand in your way, and I'm going to stand up for the kids in Florida.
Governor Ron DeSantis saying President Joe Biden is singling out Florida when criticizing the governor's executive orders when it comes to preventing COVID-19 mandates. DeSantis saying President Biden is ignoring the science that shows people who recently contracted COVID-19 continue to show immunity and should not be required to show proof of a vaccine.
He wants that, but yet if you want to vote, he thinks it's too much of a burden to show a picture ID when you're voting.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki saying the White House is in constant contact with all 50 governors and say they haven't ruled out sending federal health workers to the Sunshine State.
We are working closely with the Florida public health officials and the governor's team to see if we can send a team down there to help address their needs.
Despite the governor's executive order preventing mask mandates in schools, Broward, Alachua, Leon, and Duval counties all deciding masks will be worn by students as the district responds to a record number of cases just days before school starts. A pediatric doctor speaking during public comment at a meeting for Duval Public Schools.
We can all agree that the preventable death of even one child is too many. I have personally cared for 6 children with COVID-19.
We checked with all of the school districts in Central Florida. None of them at this time plan to require masks for students. We are in contact with them daily, and we'll let you know if anything changes.
The voter ID argument is so drama baiters. Cleaning toilets is profoundly important. Days after saying retail workers' lives suck. Are these people fucking dumb? How do they not understand what I'm trying to say? It's backbreaking labor is still incredibly fucking important, dumbass. Aren't you yourself confused? Yo, people are so fucking stupid, dude. Like, what a fucking moron. How do you, dude, you're not fucking lazy. You just hate your job, and it's understandable that you hate your job. That's literally what I said, by the way. Retail workers hate their jobs, is what I said. I didn't say their lives suck. What the fuck? How, dude? How can you be so bad? How can you be so bad at fucking understanding, dude? I'm literally saying it in the clip. How are you going to be proud of your work when it's just to clean toilets? Who's going to clean the toilets if you don't clean the toilets, dumbass? You want the toilets overflowing with shit? That's a profoundly important part of a fucking workplace. And no one wants to do it. Like, I said the exact same thing I said last week. And this guy thinks it's like against. Oh, dude, this is. How do these two comments correlate? Seems like drama baiting to me. He definitely said people who work retail should hate their lives because of their shitty jobs and something along the lines of like no one who works retail is happy. I never said that. You're just making stuff up. You're just making stuff up. I'm so confused how you. I'm literally saying the exact same thing there that I literally fucking said. I'm saying the exact same thing there that I said in the prior fucking clip. Like, my mentality didn't change. Everyone I met who's a janitor aren't proud of their jobs. They just see it as a job to get paid. Neither of those are contradictory. Both jobs do suck because they're not respected enough. That's why they're important. Sorry, man, wrong. I think they are one of the most respected people. We just never see these people. So it's hard to show respect, and they're doing God's work. He said their lives are bad. They aren't getting paid enough to deal with the shit they have to go through. He never said retail workers suck or that the work they do is unimportant. What kind of shit bait is this? First post on an 11-month-old account seems legit.
Yo, 3 months.
Dude, people are so fucking dumb, dude. How are you this way? How are you this way? It's literally in the clip. It's in the clip itself. Like, what I'm saying is the exact same, and it's literally in the clip.
Hi, Hassel.
You gotta try. I mean, I must be doing something really right if
we love you.
I must be doing something really right if, like, people are trying this desperately to, like, get me, to catch me slipping and, like, catch me off guard, or basically fucking, what do you call it? Basically fucking What is this? Let's see this user. Let's fucking...
That was a warning from the CIA.
Train's thoughts on Hasan's jewelry. Easy drama bait. Oh, God. So pathetic, dude. I mean, it doesn't even matter. I don't think...
Trying to shut you down, brother.
Maybe I'm fucking dumb, but... Or maybe I'm too naive, but I don't even think that that clip is going to frustrate people. You know what I mean? They're going to be like, why did you post that, you idiot? Like, completely that literally does not say the thing you think it says. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm too dumb to assume that, but... You literally upvoted a post about you banning chatters to the front. They literally upvoted a post about you banning chatters to the front page of Reddit. Yeah, that was pretty funny. They will, because most Redditors see the title and see the first comment that explains the video. That's true.
Got so confused for a second.
I don't know. 135 children hospitalized for COVID is in Florida as state sets new overall hospitalization record.
Florida's COVID-19 crisis. The state now has more...
COVID again. Or not COVID, sorry. Florida. I call Florida COVID. Florida is responsible for 20% of all new COVID cases, 20% of all COVID hospitalizations. Like, they're fucking leading the charge, dude. They're doing very well with respect to, like, being on the side of COVID. Flovid.
More than 12,000 hospital patients with the coronavirus. This is the highest number of the pandemic.
Oh, this idiot is back. The one that said, like, what are you saying, sucking dick, whatever. I'm just going to ban him. DeSantis has actually been a great governor. It's just the news overshadowing everything with COVID. Yeah, this guy's like a low-effort troll. Banning him. Yeah, dude, he's fucking great. I love Ron DeSantis.
The schools are about to open there, and the governor said...
He's great, except for, like, literally everything he's had to do as a governor for the past 2 years now.
Let's go.
Which is also subsequently the same duration that he's been a governor.
Says that new COVID requirements are out of the question.
This fucking fly is like freaking me out.
Manuel Bojorquez is outside a Memorial Healthcare System hospital that's in Miramar, which is located northwest of Miami. Manuel, good morning to you.
Good morning, Gail. As the CEO of this hospital chain told us, they're simply trying to weather the storm right now. But come Monday, they will have to suspend all elective procedures for now to accommodate the surge of COVID-19 patients. More than 90% of them are unvaccinated. Inside Memorial Healthcare System in Broward County, ICU beds are once again filling up fast.
It has gone up 400% in the last 6 weeks.
Aurelio Fernandez is the president and CEO of Memorial, which recently added 266 extra beds to keep up with demand.
We have converted conference centers, auditoriums, cafeterias to get the surge. And these are clean patients. We don't put COVID patients in these overflow areas.
But these overflow areas for patients who are not COVID positive have to be built because of the ones who are.
That is correct.
Yeah, apparently the Western server of Twitch died, and that's why I fucking, lost half of you fucking fools that left immediately.
Surge includes children. As of yesterday, 135 children under 18 in Florida are hospitalized with COVID, the highest it's ever been.
But you aren't going to help. At least get out of the way.
On Tuesday, President Biden called out hotspot governors, including Florida's Ron DeSantis, for failing to implement restrictions, including mask mandates in schools. That is something the governor has no intention of doing.
He thinks that should be a decision for the government. Well, I can tell you in Florida, the parents are going to be the ones in charge of that decision.
DeSantis. Dude, oh, God. I despise these people. I despise this mentality. I despise these people.
Jesus Christ.
I find it so disgusting, disingenuous. Parents are going to decide. It's like, no, dude. No, parents shouldn't decide most things. Okay, they're fucking dumbasses. There's a lot of dumbass parents. There's no, like, parents decide on a viral spread, okay, on a viral disease. There's a reason why we have a fucking CDC. There's a reason why we have a National Institute of Health. No, sorry, parents are going to decide what kind of medication their children can and can't take. Guess what? I'm a parent. My child has fucking cancer, and I'm not letting him get the treatment that he needs.
Qualified for my work's benefits.
I've decided that for my child, you know, no cancer medication. Like, it's just fucking child abuse, dude.
Has argued Biden's immigration policies are responsible for the surge, claiming, without any evidence, that undocumented immigrants are causing the virus to spread.
Why don't you get this border secure? And until you do that, I don't want to hear a blip about COVID from you. Thank you.
Just, by the way, remember that this fucking piece of shit, this 10 bag of sausage in a fucking 5-pound bag went to Yale and Harvard, okay? So just remember that, like, this guy, not a bi-coastal elitist, right? Because he fucking gives the hogs what they want, right? Literally went to Yale and Harvard, dude. So remember that. All of these fucking pieces of shit, like Josh Hawley, Stanford grad, like, they all go to these fucking neoliberal institutes of higher learning, okay? And then they come back and they're like, yeah, I love saying the N-word, partner. Please vote for me. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. And all of the goddamn hogs are like, yeah, that's me. That's my guy. I love that man. It's like Ronald Reagan, actor, okay? Actor from fucking Los Angeles, dude. Are you kidding me? That's a goddamn man's man right there, brother. He grills meat, and he says the N-word. He says the things I'm afraid to say outside of a bar stool setting. Out loud in public. He manifests all the anger I have towards marginalized communities that I'm falsely yelling at, even though it's those who own the means of production that destroy every facet of my life and motivate the government to take actions against my well-being. It doesn't matter. It's the Mexican that's coming over the goddamn border. Let's go. Just say the things I want to hear. Tell me I can get jalapeno poppers at Applebee's. And I'll vote for you, sir. You love personal liberties. It doesn't matter that you yourself are a bi-coastal elitist who went to Harvard and Yale. I will never think about that.
The rise of COVID in Florida is because of the Delta variant and its infectiousness, and secondarily because of permissive behavior.
CBS News medical contributor Dr. David Agus says COVID cases are surging in Florida for other reasons.
With low vaccination rates and going out without masks and in large groups, you're going to get significant spread of the virus, period.
And just last week...
How is right-wing propaganda so goddamn effective? Because it's dumb. It's stupid. It relies on, like, pre-existing hegemonic attitudes that people have. And it's easy to do. It literally relies on how stupid the audience is. And the audience is fucking stupid, dude. They're fearful. They're dumb as fuck. And that's all it takes. And that's precisely why it's very easy to fucking bait people with emotion and fear. It will always be easy.
DeSantis signed an executive order that would pull funding from districts that require masks.
The minimum we could do to protect all of the people who decided to get vaccinated or not is to put our mask on, even if we're vaccinated.
John Moreno Escobar, who is running for the Broward County School Board and whose son Luca will begin first grade this year, believes it's up to parents to convince those who are hesitant. How would you try to convince them that the masks are a good thing in the schools?
We are protecting others by putting the mask on. Putting a mask is protecting the life of someone else, and life is sacred, and we should protect it all as a community.
Fox question is New Yorkers on the new vaccine mandate?
I don't agree with it personally.
It's the way it should have been. It's a good policy.
Mandatory. Oh, you can't go into this without a vaccination. Like, think it's a bit controlling.
It's the control for me.
It's the control. Like, I don't like being controlled or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like being on the go.
Shows you care about yourself and other people.
Must. It's in must.
Regardless of my personal opinion, it doesn't sit that well with me.
I think mandated is too strong. I think it should be more voluntary, suggested, rather than mandated. I mean, obviously, the voluntary didn't work, and a lot of people have been catching this new virus, and if that's what it takes to get people safe, then I'm for it. We don't live in a police state.
That's a no-brainer. I don't get it. If you know you're liable to get sick and get people around you sick, just go ahead and take the shot and get it over with.
I mean, at this point, they forced our hand, right? If we want to participate.
Me and my home.
Went on a date, showed her your stream, and got a long makeout. Keep it up. What the fuck, really? Guys, don't try that at home, okay? That's a professional that did that. I don't know how effective that would be. I don't know if you could produce the same results every time.
Homegirl. We've just been trying to go outside for the longest time. We've been trying to be safe and everything like that. And now they're just trying to not let us go outside no more because of all this little bullshit or whatever.
I don't really know. I feel like the vaccine doesn't work.
I mean, it's simple, man. Vaccines, not bad.
I think it's so unfair that everybody has to get it. It should be a decision.
I mean, being that the other virus is out now, we gotta protect ourselves.
Because I still wear my mask. I'm just in public right now, so I feel like I don't need to wear it right now.
I think Cuomo doing the right thing, trying to mandate it and stuff like that, because left on their own device, then it won't be done. We all gotta be a part of this.
I didn't get it yet myself, personally, but going back to school, I'm going to have to get it, and I kind of don't want to.
I took it. I thought it took me a while to take it too, because I thought it was dangerous. But it's all good now.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't really need it.
I don't really mind. I think it's going to be crazy for people to do it, and it's also going to impose people to get the vaccine. So I think it's good, but it being mandatory, not the fun.
I understand what if establishments don't want that responsibility of having COVID be passed around and all that stress, so I get that. But then I also understand the argument of people that say that it's your choice.
I mean, I'm vaxxed, so it doesn't really matter to me.
What I find... God, it's so fucking dumb.
Cute boy hours.
Alternate title of this video, did our propaganda work? I mean, it did on some people. So... vaccine mandates is entirely different than vaccine passports. I'm an advocate for both, but I think that in the short term, the best way to do it is like, in a panicked state, try to get everybody to fucking, sign up for additional vaccines by saying, we're going to limit your fucking travel. We're going to limit what you can and can't do if you're not fucking vaccinated. You know what I mean? It's a good thing. And it was very effective in France, and I think it would be effective here as well. Especially if you said that if you don't have a vaccine, you can't travel by plane. The irony is, like, mask wearing is for the collective good, right? Mask wearing is for the collective good. Except the vaccine is for individual protection. So Americans should love that shit. No, Themaces, I don't care about that. Or here, CNN tracked down a super spreader of COVID-19 misinformation. See how he reacted? Okay, we'll look at that then. Never mind, that's a good-ass video.
Poggy's hassle.
It's an unproven vaccine. It's just being accelerated and eliminated virtually every safety study.
He is the ultimate super spreader, not of the coronavirus, experts say, but of misinformation about COVID-19. His name is Dr. Joseph Mercola.
It is very likely that most people in America, if not, the vast majority of people in America, have seen misinformation that has originated with this super spreader of lies and misinformation.
That's exactly why the Center for Countering Digital Hate, a nonprofit tracking misinformation about COVID online, put Dr. Mercola, an osteopathic physician, at the top of its disinformation dozen. A list of 12 people, the group says, were the source for sharing 65% of all anti-vaccine messaging on Facebook and Twitter from February 1st.
They all look like shit, dude. Fuck. It's just like anti-vaxxers and like reactionary conspiracy theorists have like a stink on them. You know what I mean? All of them. They got that same kind of rot where you just see them and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like, there's just something fucked up.
First through mid-March.
In a pandemic, misinformation has a cost that's paid in lives.
We tried to track down Dr. Mercola to ask him about the misinformation he's been posting, like masks may not work, vaccines could be dangerous, and vitamins C and D can prevent or treat the coronavirus. We first tried to find him at his office in Cape Coral, Florida, outside Fort Myers.
Yes. I'm looking for Dr. Joseph Mercola. Not here. Is he here
Thank
today?
you, Tommy
Can I
P,
leave a
for the 10
message?
tier 1 gift subs.
Will he be here tomorrow, if not today, or?
No, he's normally not here.
So even though his office is listed here, he doesn't work out of here?
No.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Next stop, more than 220 miles away, Ormond Beach, Florida, which Dr. Mercola calls home. We found his house behind a large gate and tried making...
And there it is, dude. That's why. That's why this motherfucker's an anti-vaxxer doctor, dude. Look at that. Why is he still a doctor? What the fuck is wrong with these people? Disdoctor this person, okay? Like, take away his credentials, you fucking assholes. What's wrong with you? I don't understand. Yeah, disdoctor him. That's a real term now, okay? Is a BYU anti-vax girl? Oh, let's go.
Hi, my name is Olivia Sandor, and today I'm on here to bring light to a situation that I feel is not getting enough attention. I have always had the dream of attending BYU Hawaii, and it was something that I pushed myself to work for in high school because I knew it would not be easy to get in. I applied last fall and was accepted in March, and I've literally never been happier. I was so proud of myself, and that's when I felt like all my hard work had paid off. I have been preparing to go to BYU ever since, and I have been so excited until June 16th of 2021, when they came out saying that they were mandating the vaccine for all of those who would be attending in the fall. To some, this may not seem or look like a big deal, but to me it is. In 2019, I was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome, also known as GBS. This is an autoimmune disease caused by vaccines. During my sophomore year of high school, I was paralyzed from the waist down for over a month and could not move, and nor did I ever think I'd ever be able to walk again. Miraculously, and I swear by my faith, I was healed. When I had found out that BYU...
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, dude. Okay, dude. Yeah, totally, dude. Yeah, she got GBS. Okay, which is a fucking incredibly rare neurological disorder. That's already, like, kind of odd, right? That's already, like, kind of sussy. You're a sussy little baka, okay?
Mormon, hog, copium, poggy.
But, like, she fucking healed this incredibly rare neurological disease with faith healing? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the absolute fuck out of here, dude, okay? Dude, can you fucking stop watching children? Their takes are literally irrelevant. Good job shitting on them, goddamn. Yeah, dude, their takes are so irrelevant that 269,000 people have watched it so far. Or liked it, rather. I don't know how many views that it already has. Yeah, dude, it's fine. When an 18-year-old is, like, making COVID vaccine misinformation that's, like, readily accessible and consumed by all, you can't make fun of them, okay? You can't actually make fun of them, even though 2 million people have seen it. Because, you know, those are kids, and they should be allowed to fucking lie. This is how it works, dude. You're unaware of how things work, I think.
BYU was going to be requiring the vaccine, I got together with a board of my medical providers and we wrote out an exemption form, something that BYU Hawaii had made to seem very accessible to those who needed it. After going through the lengthy process to get this exemption,
out of 13 million people that have gotten the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, 100 people have reported that they have the syndrome, okay? And the FDA is so fucking careful that, and they should be, the FDA is so fucking careful that they literally stopped it for a brief moment, stopped the production of the J&J vaccine, or at least the distribution of the J&J vaccine for a brief moment, and then turned around and fucking put that as a warning on it. Now, Guillain-Barré, GBS, is a rare condition in which the body's immune system attacks its nerve cells. It often begins with tingling or numbness in the hands and feet, which can then progress to more widespread muscle weakness or even paralysis. In mild cases, the symptoms may pass within weeks, but in more serious cases, it can result in a hospitalization or, in rare instances, death. The condition can also cause permanent nerve damage. There are typically 3,000 to 6,000 cases of the syndrome per year. It's most common in adults over the age of 50, and the precise cause of the syndrome is unknown. But in many cases, the condition follows another illness or infection, such as the flu or food poisoning, or COVID-19. Okay? It's not the first vaccine that's been linked to GBS, although the risk appears to be tiny. A large swine flu vaccination campaign in 1976 led to a small uptick in the incidence of the syndrome. The vaccine caused roughly one extra case of GBS for every 100,000 people it vaccinated. 1 in 100,000. Now let me guess. I'm just gonna put throw a shot in the dark. I can't even talk. I'm just gonna nail this. Okay, are you ready? This person is now an ambassador for one of these fucking dumbass like college Republicans organizations, and as the chatter mentioned, she's probably already on Fox News. So, oh wow, that's crazy. She's on Sean Hannity. That's wild. What? Oh my God, she was on fucking OAN too. That's wild. Oh, is she with Charlie Kirk? What? That's so crazy, dude. That's really weird, dude. Listen. Let me tell you something. It's all a grift. Okay? It's all a grift. You're just like a fucking, she's just a random person, right? He calls you out, bro. She's just a random kid, right? Yeah, totally random kid, dude. Stop picking apart kids' takes, by the way. Yeah. Like literally a fucking propagandist. What is this? Who need they card Tussie 8? OMG us? Yeah, I'll fucking retweet that, dude. I thought Fox heel turned on the vaccines and wants everyone to get them now. No, they can't stop because their audience is anti-vaxxers. Because their audience is anti-vaxxers, they have to fucking keep a steady diet of like, get vaccinated, but also be skeptical of it over and over again because that's the grift. They care more about maintaining their audience. If they're like pro-vaccine to the same degree as like a CNN, then of course they're gonna fucking they're gonna lose some of their audiences. So so to the person who was like, dude, don't shit on like fucking kids, suck my cock, okay? This person is Hasan Radlib behavior. This person is a fucking 18-year-old propagandist. What is this? Me when I see Hasan Piker at the beach and a live jellyfish? Yeah, we saw this already. She wants me to pee on her. She wants to get stung by the jellyfish, so I'll pee on her.
Yo.
Can't have an audience if they're all dead. They're not gonna all die, dude. If you think that they're all gonna get COVID and fucking die, you're wrong. All it's going to do is prolong the fucking pain and grief for many families. Some of you have anti-vaxxer. Some of you have anti-vaxxer parents and shit. Like, you're still gonna be sad if your fucking mom or dad dies. You know what I mean? What's your take on piss play? Not a fan. It's also very difficult to pee on. What is this? these testimonials. Just read one of these testimonies. CDC is investigating mild reports of potential heart problems following the COVID-19 vaccination. Why can't I fucking go forward in this? I don't know. Anyway, they found that mRNA vaccine does not trigger the same reaction as normal vaccines with GBS. I have a family member with GBS, and they got the vaccine, did not have a GBS-based reaction. Yes, the mRNA vaccines do not cause, like, a GBS. And the Johnson & Johnson vaccine has the capacity to, apparently, or at least 100 self-reported incidents of GBS have occurred over the course of 13 million inoculations, dude. That likelihood is so insanely fucking low. It's so insanely fucking low, dude.
Only message. Hello, I hope everyone is doing well.
What? Self-report? Self-reported? Okay, dude. It is, though. Like, there's a hotline or whatever. There's a website that, like, a lot of people that I talk to that are fucking anti-vaxxers routinely send me links from. And it's the, what is it, like VARS or something? The vaccine, like, response system. What is it called? The VARS. The VARS. Okay? So, and it's good. It's good that they have that. Obviously, we should learn about any, like, potential adverse side effects, right? Of the vaccines. The Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. Except it's literally like, it's a database full of people who are like, yeah, I got the vaccine and now I'm gay. You know what I mean? Like, okay. Like, doctors can report it onto the VAERS, but then also random people can too. So what the fuck are you going to do? Like, if you look at the VAERS numbers, okay, right now, like, let's see what the death reports look like on VAERS. Fact check. 6,000 VAERS reports were deleted for being foreign entries, CDC says. Users are claiming that the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention deleted reports of 6,000 deaths from the U.S. Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. Oh, that's quite interesting, dude. That's quite interesting, dude. All deaths reported to VAERS by year. CDC quietly deletes 6,000 COVID vaccines. I wonder why. They're doing a cover-up, brother. They're fucking murdering people with the vaccine. Like, shut up, idiot. He talks about it in this. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty good. What is that?
Yeah, because
what, this thing? Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't like that he, like, yells at them. I mean, I know Walter Masterson has, like, done some funny shit, but
You cute.
the text in one post reads, does this surprise you? Does it frustrate you? Not only are deaths and adverse reactions already underreported, but then to have them delete the information, it's like, dude, it's fucking fake, dumbass. Why wouldn't they clean up the database when they recognize that some fucking foreign dipshits literally came in and pumped the numbers up so idiots like you can, you know, rest easy with the fears that you already have? You're fucking biased as shit, and you just want all data, no matter how fucking incorrect it is. A thread on VAERS reporting deaths following COVID vaccines. VAERS is a system for reporting things that occur after a vaccine, even if not shown to be the cause of one. Anyone can report it. Doctors, nurses, parents, lawyers, unrelated dudes on the web. It's not good for absolutely nothing, but it can't show causation when millions upon millions of vaccines are given a year. Of course, a lot of things will follow vaccines that are not caused by them. Leftist Twitter thread? Yeah, this is way too fucking long, dude. Holy shit. God damn. Anyway, when the HPV vaccine was new, in quotes, because not really controversial, VAERS reports were high. As time went on and fear-mongering decreased, reports went down. That's so weird. Dude, this is funny as fuck. I say this literally all the time. This is the exact same energy, dude. Exact same energy, dude. What's up? Are people not taking the HPV vax now? No. It's just that people don't care about it enough to fucking lie about it anymore. Same with the MMR. Same with the MMR vaccine. When it first came out, everyone was like, oh, dude, it's turning my son autistic. It's turning my son autistic. It turned my son autistic. Guess what? It fucking didn't, okay? That was a lie. That was a lie that was told over and over again, and people fucking believed it because people are stupid, okay? People are dumb as fuck. And those dumbasses believe that fucking lie, and guess what? Now nobody cares, and people take that fucking vaccine. Just like people take the fucking ad break at the top of the hour. Thank you, disgraced former Dr. Andrew Wakefield, who just wanted to make fucking money for himself. Thank God, dude. It's great. Yeah, but the vaccine for the fucking top of the hour ad break is an easy one. It's a $5 a month subscription, or it's a Twitch Prime subscription, which is free. Okay? Or an ad block or a VPN if you want to use those things as well. But Twitch Prime is free, at least if you have it. If you have Amazon Prime. Okay, here's the 1 minute ad break now. So, of course, COVID vaccines are at the forefront of people's minds. The anti-vax movement is making massive push to portray them as dangerous, so it stands to reason that any event related or unrelated to the vaccine are far frequently reported. There's VSafe, a web-based app hopefully offered to everyone who gets a COVID vaccine. VSafe actively solicits adverse events from each user and has a link to the VAERS reporting. No other vaccine has this, so of course the reporting would be much higher. Anyway, it fucking doesn't matter. Like, this shit doesn't matter. The VAERS thing is self-reported, so it's idiotic to, like, literally be like, oh, yeah, it's self-reported. It's real. Especially when you see that, like, anyone can make entries to it, and 6,000 deaths were fucking taken out of it because those deaths were taken because they were fucking fake. The next capture was taken showing 12,313 reports of deaths here. And even then, with the fake data, it is still incredibly fucking low. That's the hilarious part about it, dude.
Love you.
What article about blood pressure after the vaccine you checked? I got high blood pressure after getting the vaccine, but I'm 31 and overweight, and the doctor just advised me to lose weight, which I have been doing since. I already lost 15 kilograms. Good shit, Chatter. Good job. I don't like this Borpa spin shit, dude. You guys are fucking annoying about it. Last week, got a fucking customer at work who's a QAnon nurse, as in she literally believes that vaccines cause autism. She's anti-vax and a nurse. I fucking hate it here in Florida. Good job on being fat-phobic. All instances of losing weight is fat phobia. Anyway. The funniest thing is, with VAERS, whatever, if you had a coordinated way of like, you know, manipulating the data, if you literally got together in a fucking Facebook group with enough dumbasses, you could unironically create a fucking fear that there's adverse symptoms of the vaccine. All you need to do is urge people to go out and fucking write this shit, okay? And self-report. But the reality is, they're too dumb to recognize that they could do that with a coordinated effort. Obviously, they probably would get caught regardless. Like, you know, you could probably track it to, like, an individual Facebook group. But, like, they haven't even been able to do that. The only time where, like, this is being caught is because of, like, foreign entries. So these fucking morons, these anti-vaxxer fucking morons, literally go out. Stop giving them ideas. I mean, it doesn't matter. Hopefully they'll get caught. These anti-vaxxer fucking idiots can't even get their shit together and, like, write the same adverse effects when they're, like, typing it in. Anyway, let's go back to the fucking main disinformation guy, though. I want to see what he had to say.
Contact through the security access pad.
Hello, this is Randy Kay from CNN. I'm hoping to get a word with Dr. Mercola.
Later, we spotted Joseph Mercola riding his bicycle. Once he stopped, we thought this was our opening to get some answers as to why he's pushing false claims about
Who paid
masks
for the vaccine
and
production?
the vaccine.
We did, dude. We did. Our tax dollars did. It was also pre-existing publicly funded research on top of that.
How are you? I'm Randy Kay with CNN. Can we ask you a couple questions?
If you're in Florida, they should just revoke your medical license regardless. He's not even an MD, by the way. He's like an osteopathic physician. So he's like a holistic medication guy.
We just want to talk to you about vaccines and what you've been saying about them. Do you feel responsible for people who didn't get vaccinated, possibly got sick and died because of what you told them about the vaccines? What do you say to families who lost loved ones? Are you spreading misinformation? Nope. Why won't you speak to us? Here's your opportunity to speak with us and answer questions.
So despite all his bravado online, Mercola suddenly had nothing to say. Though after we emailed him questions, he responded saying, I encourage every person to fully educate themselves to make individual decisions about medical risk-taking. Throughout the pandemic, he's been quite outspoken.
I wanted to go back to the reason why the mask may not work.
In his email to us, Mercola challenged any suggestion that he belongs on a disinformation list. Still, by fueling the narrative that vaccines are dangerous, who knows how many of his followers chose to skip the vaccine? This was Mercola on a podcast in April last year, saying vaccines are
being fast-tracked with and abandoning all safety precautions to the wind. I'm sure will cause enormous disabilities and premature deaths as a result of implementing this.
What Mercola hasn't made clear to his followers is that according to the CDC, the vaccines are safe and effective. And of the more than 345 million doses administered, there have been
Okay, I want to clarify a statement. Osteopathic medicine is not just like holistic shit, okay? They're still fucking doctors. This guy specifically is. But osteopathic physicians they're still actual fucking doctors. They're not like chiropractors. I know that people are fucking yelling at me. But it doesn't matter. You can literally be a fucking MD and be a random dumbass MD. Like, it doesn't matter. Are you a fucking virologist? I didn't realize that you were a pharmacologist. Like, I didn't realize that you were a fucking epidemiologist. Like, those are the fucking actual, depending on what we're having a conversation about, those are the actual people that I want to fucking listen to. Not some random dipshit with a fucking MD who's like, actually, you should suck on this colloidal silver that I'm selling on my goddamn website. Okay? It literally doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have a medicine degree.
infinitesimal percentage of serious adverse events conclusively linked to the vaccine, though he told us via email that over 400,000 adverse events and 6,000 deaths from the COVID-19 vaccines have been filed, a majority of which were filed by medical professionals. To be clear, the FDA has not established a causal link to these deaths.
Like, this person should not have the fucking title doctor. Like, okay? You should not. This person should be stripped of their fucking title. I don't give a fuck if they're doing osteopathic medicine, okay? You're not a doctor, dude. You're a fucking piece of shit who's just, like, trying to make money for himself.
Has raid.
Earlier this year, Mercola posted this outlandish claim that vaccines, quote, alter your genetic coding, turning you into a viral protein factory that has no off switch. The CDC has said vaccines don't interact with your DNA. Mercola also posted an article he authored that states aerosolized hydrogen peroxide can be used as an at-home remedy to treat coronavirus. According to the FTC, there is no study known to exist that supports that.
You're done. You're done. You're done at that point. Take him out. This doctor, disrobe this doctor. It's over. Like, you can't. Take his fucking DO away, okay?
Yet via email, Dr. Mercola said the approach is one that many clinicians I've discussed have found provided a significant improvement to their patients. The danger in all of this is that Mercola's misinformation has reach. The Center for Countering Digital Hate found he still has 14 accounts on mainstream social media with more than 4.3 million followers. His website promises to deliver trustworthy natural health information and has had more than 37 million visits since January.
He wants to replace those doctors as the source of health information for people, because then he can recommend his cures.
His cures? Apparently they include vitamins C and D. After Mercola posted an article headlined, "Vitamin C and D Finally Adopted as Coronavirus Treatment," which has since been removed, the FDA requested Mercola, quote, take immediate action to cease the sale of such unapproved and unauthorized products, after noting he
This makes me so mad, dude. I really want this guy to go to jail. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care about freedom of speech. Like, if you're doing this, you should go to jail. 100%, dude. I'm sorry. You literally should go to fucking jail. You should go to jail for an extended period of time just to sit there and think about fucking what you've done. This is so much worse than like petty theft or whatever the fuck people are crying about in fucking San Francisco. You know what I mean? This is like actually you're murdering people, dude. You should suffer the consequences of your fucking misinformation, dude. What the fuck? Why? Like, why do we let this happen, dude? It makes me so sad. God, America, fucking Christ. Like, literally the worst country on the fucking planet, dude. I mean, how is this guy not in fucking jail? He should 1,000% be in jail. Like, 1,000%, dude.
It's a girl. At HasanAbi, when my mom
I think you used literally incorrectly and overabundantly. I don't care, okay? I literally do not care. I know. It's seasoning, okay? Shut the fuck up. I say unironically a lot, too. Just a speech pattern. Suck my cock. Another thing I say a lot. Dumbass.
Represented the supplements as COVID-19 treatments. In his email to us, Dr. Mercola said he has responded to the FDA letter and asked to meet with them. And just today, Mercola announced he is removing all articles from his website within the next 48 hours.
Oh, that's the funniest part. Yeah, so I forgot to mention this, but yeah, he did delete a bunch of those articles. Hey, damage done. So it doesn't fucking matter, okay? Damage already done, dude. So it doesn't matter. And none of the fucking baboons, none of the fucking dumbass hog parents like that you have that have already been like captivated by this dipshit are going to go back on that. They're not going to see that as like a moment of reflection. They're not going to be like, wait a minute. Why is he deleting all these fucking articles I relied on? Nah, the damage is done. That guy should not just be able to delete he shouldn't be able to just delete the articles, but he should also go to jail. 100%.
Satan, 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 Satan.
Yeah, the fact that he deleted them probably reinforces the conspiracy in the eyes of the fucking, in the eyes of the family members that you have that are anti-vaxxers. Probably they're like, oh, that means, you know, they, in parentheses, in triple parentheses, they got to him, brother. That's the problem, isn't it? They got to him.
2 months.
They got him good. They did. Talking too much about vaccines, straight yourself. Talking too much about origin stories, straight to jail. What?
Ajan Pogo, Ajan Pogo, Ajan Pogo, Ajan Pogo, Ajan Pogo, Ajan Pogo. Allah, 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 Allah.
Do you think people like Dr. Mercola are aware of the damage they're doing, or do they actually believe the bullshit they're spouting? No, they are fucking, they don't care. They don't care. That's the point. They don't care. As long as as long as he can shill his fucking bullshit vitamin D and vitamin C and all these other supplements that are not FDA fucking compliant in any capacity, they're not FDA regulated or authorized in any meaningful capacity. As long as you're still buying that shit, as long as your dumbass parents are still buying that shit, that's all they care about. They don't care if you fucking die. Of course he's doing it for the money. Just like Andrew Wakefield was doing it for the money because he had his own fucking vaccine that he wanted to shill instead of the MMR.
Last week has brought a tremendous amount of reflections to me and a lot of unacceptable threats to a company. So the course of action I am now forced to take is to remove my entire archive of articles. 25 years worth of blood, sweat, and tears coming down.
DeSantis, who is using your words about don't be in the way, and he's saying I am in the way to block too much interference from the federal government. Your response, Mr. President?
Governor who?
DeSantis.
Why is it?
My man said, who megalol to Ron DeSantis? Oh, here, we never finished this.
I waited 3 weeks to hear back from them. BYU Hawaii denied me a medical exemption. If I were to be vaccinated, it could end in permanent paralysis or death if it spread to my heart.
Or death? Like, shut up, dude. Shut up, dumbass. I can't believe, like... Dude, first of all, why the fuck are you trying to go to BYU Hawaii so bad, okay? It's literally illegal to watch porn at BYU Hawaii. It's literally illegal to be a harlot that occupies the same fucking private room with a man in BYU Hawaii. And you're over here like, oh my God, I can't believe they're restricting my freedom by, you know, not letting me fucking, not letting me come and have no vaccine. Brigham Young University, Hawaii, acceptance rate is 97.3. Oh, God, because nobody fucking... 97%, dude. Yeah, no wonder. She can't go anywhere else. She won't get in. I don't even know how she couldn't get a fucking medical exemption, dude. Are you that pathetic? You can't get into any fucking school, so you're going to BYU Hawaii with a 97.3% acceptance rate, but you're so fucking pathetic you couldn't even get a goddamn medical exemption despite the fact that you had, like, the GPS? Like, how the fuck? It must have been fucking fake, right? Like, there's no shot. It makes zero. Their graduation rate is also abysmal, 54. Holy fuck. As a Christian college student, I wouldn't wish this life on anyone. I'm down so bad. Yeah, it sucks. BYU is a Mormon school, yes. Bro, how do you get fucking GBS and you can't get a medical exemption? You're a fucking loser, dude. Seriously. You are destined to fucking fail your entire life. And you're probably going to fail upwards because you're an above average looking white girl, and conservatives love white women who fucking cry and you know, create an opportunity for self-victimhood. So, good luck. Good luck to your fucking future career, you know? Dumbass. New fucking Tommy Lauren ass over here, dude. Yeah, fucking Turning Point USA will offer a job to her immediately. But, like, seriously, GBS is incredibly fucking rare. And even then, it's, like, ridiculous that, despite the fact that GBS is incredibly rare, like, how the fuck could you not get a goddamn exception? Are you that much of a fucking idiot? Like, you literally couldn't get a fucking exception to be able to not get vaccinated to go to a school that has a 97.3% acceptance rate, dude? God damn, what a fucking loser. Calling out all the unvaccinated?
If you don't get your squiggly diggly head.
What? Cult. Why would you risk an unvaccinated person on an island? It's a Hunger Games reference? Yeah, Americans just want to fucking, they just want, like,
7 month and you
a
think
lot of Americans are just, like, actually very privileged, and they just want to fucking, they just want to find, like, a victimhood for themselves. They're so desperate for it.
Because you're just trying to instigate.
I not instigate. I'm not going to get violent or anything. I just like to make people look stupid and stuff. And people,
how are you doing that?
People out by letting you speak.
Talking about cheap shots. No, really? Who's looking stupid, me or you?
Show everyone your shirt.
Here's the thing: we're living in dangerous times because thousands of doctors are being censored. Thousands. Look up America's Frontline Doctors.
America's Frontline Doctors is a fucking fake doctor group created by a bunch of Republican lobbyists that was most famous for putting forward the hydroxychloroquine cure. If you guys remember, America's Frontline Doctors also had, what do you call it? Holy Ghost send the power lady as their prominent figurehead. Remember that Demon Semen Doctor was like the main doctor that they had that was shilling hydroxychloroquine as a cure. Donald Trump hyped them up as well. It was very hastily put together, but that's enough for fucking idiots. Like, it doesn't matter. You literally, unironically, can't even do a fraction of research to recognize that Dr. Stella Emanuel literally believes in things such as demon semen. I mean, these are not trustworthy doctors. These are fucking psychopaths with fake medical degrees. Sent down to destroy American brains because we just have such a target-rich environment for dipshit conspiracies. Anyway, let's keep going.
America'sFrontlineDoctors.org. You get a lot of.
I actually spoke to them last weekend. Dr. Sherwood.
Dr. Sherwood, that's right. Naturopathic doctor.
And they're all full of shit.
Why do you say that?
We treated people in a way that was very natural with food-based products.
So the people that are like being censored, they're being censored.
Thank you, Demon Semen, for the 5 tier 1 gift subs.
They're like quack doctors that shouldn't have licenses.
Thousands of doctors?
Yes. Thousands of fucking chiropractors that claim they're fucking doctors. Yes, I know it's hard to believe, but in a country as large as ours, yes, there are literally hundreds, if not thousands of fucking dumbass doctors who just want to sell you their own brand of product instead. Every single time there's like an anti-vaxxer doctor, try to figure out what the profit motive is there for them. Because they don't just say like, oh, vaccines are fake, like they'll make you gay or they'll make you autistic. They'll be like, vaccines are fake, they'll make you gay, they'll kill you, they'll magnetize you, And then they turn around and they sell you their own fucking products, which are unironically not FDA authorized. Always.
Quack doctors, and a lot of them have their merchandise where they're trying to sell like to the wellness industry. So first of all, if you're an epidemiologist and you're an immunologist, you're qualified to speak about COVID. A lot of the doctors speaking about it are not really doctors, and they claim to be experts. A lot of them are just PhDs.
No, that's not true. What you get?
It's literally true.
So there's an epidemiologist or immunologist that actually thinks this.
I love this guy, Robert Malone.
Invented the
right?
mRNA technology, Dr. Robert Malone.
So Robert Malone is very famous now in the anti-vaxxer circles. I've done a little bit of research into Robert Malone a while ago because like I heard about this. There was that famous a podcast that Brett Weinstein did with Robert Malone. Now Robert Malone is only credited for one part of the mRNA vaccination, okay, the mRNA vaccine's development, and he is far from like the father of the mRNA vaccines, okay. Robert Malone is literally credited with like one fucking paper about mRNA vaccines. He's not the mRNA vaccine inventor. He's a part of the technology. He's a part of he is responsible for part of the technology, okay. But it doesn't matter because every single fucking thing that he says with respect to COVID and with respect to the mRNA vaccines are immediately disproven. This should disqualify you. It doesn't matter if you've like wrote one fucking paper about the mRNA technology like fucking 15 years ago. It literally does not matter. It does not matter. You're not the founder of the inventor of the mRNA technology. You're one of the many doctors that played a role in the invention of the mRNA technology. You are deluded, babe. Love it. This is why you will be put in place, homie. What? Babe? Haha, as large as our country. Funny, bro. Bro, you moved in college, babe. Hey, guess what, babe? I'm an American citizen, though, you fucking idiot. So, sucks to suck, but, that's the reality, okay? I might have come here in college, but I'm just as American as you are, babe. Who the fuck says babe, dumbass? What is this like? I want to keep you as a pet because you're such a fucking disgusting freak for thinking you could talk like this and thinking that you're like fucking cool. You are deluded, babe. We're laughing all the way to the bank, you white losers. Cry now, cunts. Bruh, hold that L, babes. Oh, God, I can't stand it. I don't even want him as a fucking pet. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Babes. Disgusting. Anyway.
Hasan Pogo.
Triggered you so it worked 100,000%. How about this? I will never remember you, 3-month subscriber. Just like I forgot the fucking person's name already. Just merely an afterthought, dude. You got banned just to prove a point. I think people sometimes forget.
Has locked.
So, there you go, babe. People think that this is like a democracy in the chat. And that democracy implies that you can say whatever the fuck you want and I won't see it. Anyway, let's keep going.
You can look it up on BitChute.
Robert Malone is a fucking quack.
Yeah, he wrote one paper on the mRNA in 1989. This is correct. He had no direct role in its development. Also correct. And not only that, but it doesn't even fucking matter because everything else he said about the mRNA vaccine, which he literally has no connection to since 1989. Okay? And the real doctors that are credited with the foundational technology for the mRNA vaccines are Catalin Carrico, okay? And I think like Drew Weissman, right? Like there's like two other doctors that are the main fucking doctors that actually invented the mRNA vaccine that were significantly more important with the creation of the mRNA vaccine, that technology that we understand today, okay? So just remind yourself that. But even then, it doesn't fucking matter. because everything else he says is also a fucking lie. I think the person who's credited the most is a lady. Yeah, I already mentioned her name, Catalin Carrico. I thought some German Turks made the mRNA thing, but my memory not so good. No, that's BioNTech, which is a German company. The scientists were a Turkish-German couple that actually created the mRNA vaccine that's the COVID-19 vaccine. But the technology of the mRNA vaccine was created by the two fucking, the two doctors that I just mentioned. They're just expanding on it. As in BioNTech, yes, BioNTech. It is a German company. Pfizer simply bought the rights. Okay, so they could distribute it. The Pfizer vaccine that you use are actually BioNTech, created by a Turkish couple, scientist team. Turkish-German. Anyway. Let's keep going.
How come?
Robert Malone, he didn't invent the mRNA.
How do you know?
Because I embarrass people like you all the time.
I research, right?
I embarrass people like you all the time. I know.
I don't like his attitude in this. Honestly, not gonna lie. I think Walter like. Oh, this was I fucking saw this. Yeah, Malone walks back a statement, second to last paragraph. This is my favorite. Logically, .ai fact-checked like Robert Malone. I saw this when I was also looking into this. Robert Malone invented mRNA vaccines. Well, update, Malone reached out to Logically stating that he did not invent the mRNA vaccines, but instead the vaccine technology platform. He also presented us with copies of 9 patents, none of which showed that he invented the mRNA vaccines. The judgment for the claim has not changed. He literally did not invent the mRNA vaccines. He himself admits that he did not invent the mRNA vaccines. But other dumbasses like Brett Weinstein, literally, Pfizer acquired the company in 2011. Bruv, love you, Hasan. Okay, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Anti-Vaxxers will forever make my head
What is fucking hilarious about this? What is fucking hilarious about this is that, like, he literally did not even invent the platform. That's also a lie, okay? That the mRNA vaccine research works on. He wrote one fucking paper on it in 1989. That's it, okay? We are arguing about who gets credit for stuff? No, you fucking idiot. Because a foundational part of the argument is that there was a position of authority there that was falsely given to someone who lies about their fucking invention when they didn't invent it. And they're using that position of fucking authority to literally spread misinformation about the fucking COVID vaccine, which they had nothing to do with. That's the point. I don't give a single shred of a fuck who actually invented the mRNA vaccine. What I care about is a person running around, a quack, running around, going to every fucking right-wing psychopathic blog to spread anti-vaxxer conspiracies while declaring themselves the inventor of the mRNA vaccine. Because that misinformation is so pervasive, it spreads like fucking cancer. So many idiots will then go, oh, well, this guy, he's got a big beard. He says he invented the mRNA vaccine. This other guy, who's an evolutionary biologist, he has a podcast about science. I don't really understand science, but he has a science podcast, and they're talking about how, you know, we should be taking horse dewormer up our assholes, and how fucking the COVID vaccine is actually really deadly, and the guy said he's the fucking inventor, so I'm slated to believe him. Why wouldn't I believe him? That's the problem, because you're too stupid, okay? That's why. That's the reality, because you're fucking dumb and you're fearful. You're terrified of technological developments, and you're worried. You're worried that, like, you know, maybe some shit's not all right. I understand it. We all fucking feel that sometimes, okay? Not recognizing or not being able to fully comprehend what might happen to you, the uncertainty, is terrifying for a lot of people, including ourselves, who have also gotten the fucking vaccine. So for a brief moment, you fucking fear the unknown, and you think to yourself, like, what if this vaccine isn't good for you? And then here is this guy claiming that they have a position of authority on this, the fucking father of the mRNA vaccine, telling you it's deadly. It's bad. It's like creating spike proteins in your body, and it's like operating like a cancer. Okay? That chatter said BioNTech was acquired by Pfizer. No, I think it's not. They're in a partnership. They don't have an acquisition. There was a chatter who fucking just said like Pfizer actually acquired BioNTech in 2011. Is that true? I don't know. It doesn't even matter. Not only did he say it was acquired, he said it was acquired in fucking 2011. And he said bruv too. And he said I love you, bruv. Why do people just like say shit? Like why is it cool to just like make shit up in the chat? Where the hell did all the anti-vax vaccines cause autism shit start anyway? Yes, a guy by the name of Andrew Wakefield, who used to be a fucking doctor, who had his own vaccine that he wanted to sell, okay? So he created a fucking fake study that was retracted that actually got him disdoctored, okay? In the UK, to have the UK Board of Medicine take his license away, where he like created a fucking study that said that the MMR vaccine was causing autism and that you should take his vaccine instead. There was also another legal case that was ongoing that he created the study for specifically so that he could produce results that showed that like vaccines were actually causing people to get autism. This all was revealed, but you know, despite the fact that he could no longer practice medicine in the UK, he was barred from being a fucking doctor in the UK. He came to America, now lives in a fucking fat compound in Austin, Texas, and fucks his model girlfriend, who's also an anti-vaxxer. H-Bomber Guy did a really good video. It was like 2 hours long. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. All of these people he was also a child abuser. All of these people come from the same area, like the same fucking interest. They want to make money. That's why they're fucking lying to you. Okay, they want to sell their own, homeopathic medicine or whatever the fuck.
Every like talking point. You all claim to be independent thinkers. You all get your information from the same place. You all believe in the same.
It's okay. Elle McPherson is like 50. She's barely a model anymore. It doesn't matter. She's still hot as fuck. Shut up.
Same exact thing. It's like that's not independent.
Wait, there's a war on our freedom, there's a war on language, there's a war on our medical freedom. That's why we're here, dude.
You know that in order for like, a virus to not spread, like a certain amount of the population has to take it. And that works for everything, like chicken pox.
Take what?
Every virus has a reproductive rate. So COVID's what, 75% reproductive rate.
The trouble is all the virus reporting is
You're talking about VAERS.
Falsify, yeah.
You're talking about VAERS.
Yeah,
so, okay, VAERS, let me explain VAERS to you. So I could call in VAERS right now and say I took the vaccine, it made me turn into the Incredible Hulk. And they're going to post it, VAERS is going to post it immediately.
Robert Malone, I got my Ivermectin from Walmart today. Going to see if it can help with my long COVID symptoms. Eden Bridge is the supplier. Cost $78 for 20 tabs. My insurance covered indication, COVID treatment, and prevention, so I only had to pay the $20 copay. Good job. Hey, by the way, dude. Hey, remember, dude, he has the long COVID, dude. I hope it's fucking painful for him. I'm a straight up, dude. 100%, dude. Oh, sorry. 100%. Of course he got the long COVID. Get fucked. Yeah. Take the fucking horse dewormer, dude. See how that goes for you, okay? Maybe if it fucks his insides, it turns his inside out, maybe he'll then, learn from his own fucking mistake and then no longer shield his bullshit. There's no shot, though. All of these assholes literally turn around and fucking lie and actually do get separate treatment. PhDs are at least as qualified to discuss virology. What? Yeah, Dr. Jill Biden, dude, PhD in education. Is she qualified to talk about fucking immunology? Virology? Get the fuck out of here, dude. No, they're not. They're literally not, dude. Yeah, I have a PhD in anthropology. My mom is a fucking PhD, dude. My dad is a fucking PhD, okay? Literally, he has a fucking PhD in economics. You think I give a fuck about what he has to say about the fucking vaccine and epidemiology? Are you stupid? I would never be like, hey, Dad, can you explain to me how fucking viral spread occurs? Like, it's so dumb. Luckily, they're not fucking dumbasses, okay? And you know, listen to the actual fucking PhDs. Yeah, my mom is a PhD in art history, dude. We should ask her about, you know, how viral spreads work. He was talking about PhD in relative fields. Jesus, it doesn't matter. When you just say, oh, PhDs are qualified to talk about it, you're not saying in relative fields. I already mentioned the relative fields: virology, immunology, pharmacology. If we're talking about the fucking drugs. Like, there are relative fields that make sense for whatever the fuck we're talking about. Epidemiology. Like, but if you're like a fucking PhD, if you have a PhD in art history, then it doesn't matter. Remember that at the start of COVID when there were people that were telling everyone they had a vaccine and then they were arrested for spreading false information and trying to sell a fake vaccine? Yeah. Merck, the makers of Ivermectin, okay, this is the other fucking famous meme now, okay? Hasan is the dumbest biker. 100% I'm the dumbest. I have the least amount of education in my immediate family. Murad has a master's in engineering. My mom has a PhD in art history. My dad has a PhD in economics. I have only a Bachelor of Arts and Sciences. That's it. Nancy Pelosi's surprise flip on student debt cancellation. Yeah. We'll look at that. New Ken Klippenstein just dropped. New Ryan Grimm Ken Klippenstein. You're basically a chud. It's true. That's why my dad literally, every time I have a conversation with him, he's like, so what's up? You're going to go back to school? Are you going to go back to school? Are you going to go back to school? He always. Anyway, here. I wanted to show you guys this bullshit. So the mRNA vaccines didn't just suddenly appear for 2020 for COVID-19. Many had been tested years for other studies. Status is 4 years ago on this table, shown to be safe. On a related matter, Dr. Malone, who asserts he's the inventor of the mRNA vaccines, actively cultivates vaccine skepticism, is not and has admitted this fact, as I've already told you. Okay? Fact checks on Robert Malone's pseudoscience and his lack of credibility. Oh, I've seen this before. This is actually great. And guess what, dude? This shit, unfortunately, this shit is really, really, really fucking easy to spread. Tell him Cenk didn't go back to school, he made millions? What? First of all, Cenk did not make millions. And secondly, Cenk literally graduated from Wharton, undergrad for business, and then Columbia Law. He went to the most prestigious academic institutions that he possibly could have. Quit his fucking law job so that he could, like, become fucking the Young Turks guy. Gank yogurt. Murat did aerospace engineering, not just any engineering. This is true. My father's been sending me the Dr. Malone bullshit. Tell your dad, this is great. Tell your dad that Dr. Malone personally, one, Dr. Malone has personally admitted that he's not the fucking inventor of the mRNA vaccine, but simply the platform. Two, the platform itself is also a lie. He only wrote one fucking paper in 1989, and all of the patents that he's ever put forward have not been fucking qualified, okay? And or certified. Three, the Ivermectin random cure, the fucking horse dewormer medicine that they are shilling, Dr. Malone and others are shilling, is also personally told by Merck, the fucking company that makes it, is not a cure for COVID-19. Okay? Not even the platform. He showed that a vaccine targeting RNA may be a viable option. That's all he's done on the topic. Like, these guys stand to make the most money out of this, dude. Why wouldn't they just fucking say that, lie and say it's great? They're saying there's no scientific basis for a potential therapeutic effect against COVID-19 from preclinical studies, no meaningful evidence for clinical activity or clinical efficacy in patients with COVID-19 disease, and a concerning lack of safety data in the majority of studies. That's Merck. They make the Ivermectin. You think, motherfuckers, you think companies that stand to gain from the profit motive, because like big pharma, it's dangerous, profit motive, blah, blah, blah. That's why we hate Pfizer, right? That's why we hate the vaccine. Okay, well then the fucking company that makes the Ivermectin is saying it's not good. Because Ivermectin is cheap and past the time limit for exclusively being produced by Merck. It doesn't matter, you fucking dingus. They would literally still sell the most. It doesn't matter. If Ivermectin is now all of a sudden being mass produced, it doesn't matter if there's other fucking, off-brand Ivermectin substitutes, okay? They're still gonna make money. Why would they fucking not want to make more money? Will the dewormer actually fucking take the worms out of your fucking brain, dude?
Thanks for educating me on a lot of topics over the last 17 months. Hope rest of stream goes well, and I'm looking forward to
the biggest study that was in support of Ivermectin as a COVID treatment was also withdrawn as a consequence of the ethical concerns. This is the same exact energy as COVID-19 is a Chinese invention. It's a bioweapon to kill all of us, but also it's fake and nothing can happen to me if I take it. It's just like the flu. It's the exact same mentality. It's like, the FDA, we need the FDA approval. Also, we should use this other fucking untested drug to do our own personal treatment that the FDA is telling me not to use for this treatment. It's like, what are you doing? If you want FDA authorization for the fucking vaccine, and that's the reason why you have hesitancy, how the fuck are you gonna turn around and shove colloidal silver in your ass, dude? You dumb fuck.
Why are you discussing COVID? Messi is leaving Barcelona.
CNN fired 3 employees who violated its COVID safety protocols by going to the office unvaccinated. The company said Thursday it's one of the first known examples of a major U.S. corporation terminating workers for ignoring a workplace vaccine mandate. Good.
8 months in here and never got banned. Poggers.
It just makes me so mad. These people are like, oh, I don't know about the FDA approval of the vaccine. It doesn't exist. And then they turn around and they're like, I'm just going to take On-It supplements, dude. It's Alpha Brain, bro. It's like, literally doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It physically cannot, you can't hold those two thoughts in your head at the same time. And I just feel like I'm going crazy. It's like, oh, well, Brett Weinstein is a fucking doctor, dude. He's a doctor. He's a PhD. No, dude. Brett Weinstein's a fucking charlatan who is desperate for relevancy and is literally melting down on the timeline every given day because the IDW no longer has that same kind of fucking oomph that Barry Weiss offered them when she was working at the New York Times and writing articles. Now all Barry Weiss does is fucking interview random, unrelated, irrelevant racists for her Substack, okay? That's all she does now. Instead of doing it on the fucking New York Times. All it's doing is basically, you know, confirming the suspicions that you had that are unwarranted.
I should be the
in many instances that, like, you know, this vaccine shit is not good. I hate that. Like, I hate that, like, we still have to respect Eric and Brett Weinstein for fucking crying about a bunch of, like, black freshmen that were upset in a college class that they had, okay? Like, fucking 10 years ago. God damn, dude. How much clout can they get off of the fucking free speech on college campuses bullshit? God damn, dude. My brother thinks evolution is a lie, but cites Weinstein as being a PhD as an authority on the vaccines. You should ask him what he has a PhD in. Biology. What kind of biology? The unchristian kind. Reserved keyword. Thank you for the 20 gifted subs. Conspiracy theories have spread just like a virus on the internet. Even old theories like viruses have come back. These people need to be called out. I mean, I do my very best, but, you know, I can only go so far.
Fabrizio Romano via Twitter. Lionel Messi to Manchester United. Here we go. Hashtag Muff, hashtag Sancho done deal confirmed. Agreement reached between Manchester United.
You know how little MDs are trained in epi, immuno, and virology, baby girl? Tell me how many units med students are required to take in these fields in their MD programs? What? Dude, if you fucking say shit like baby girl and stuff, I'm just banning you across the board. Like, you and I are not even in disagreement, you fucking idiot. But I'm just banning you regardless.
Good today 3.
For saying baby girl.
When you go on live stream fails, all you are going to see is Adine and XQC.
The Weinstein brothers got caught in the Joe Rogan Centrifier. Yeah, chatters are getting too comfortable. Anyway, so those are like the fucking main points. The Robert Malone, who's a fucking charlatan and a crook. Most of the fucking anti-vax conspiracies come from like the same 12 doctors, or not doctors, but like the same 12 quacks, okay? They're all selling their own fucking personal suppies so that they can make money out of it. And that's it. All right, let's watch what Charlie Kirk had to say. You know, Charlie Kirk loves America, right? He loves the American working class. Let's see what he had to say about the working class who are having a hard time paying their rent right now.
Hi, Charlie. You know what I'm curious about? What are these people doing with their stimulus checks and enhanced unemployment? Since apparently they aren't paying their rent and utilities. My husband, son, and I have not missed one day of work since this started and paid our bills on time with each month without government assistance. It makes me so angry. Chastity. This is why I was never for this eviction moratorium. Take some personal responsibility. If the government is going to send out free money in every direction, and if the government is also going to have massive unemployment, and we also have a very generous social welfare state, way too generous, way too big.
Yeah, dude, totally. The only time that our social welfare was generous was during COVID, when it needed to be. And I talked about it at the time. The extra unemployment insurance was fucking solid. Better than comparable nations. It was literally solid if you could get it. And it was. And most people that were on unemployment at the time would probably tell you that it was solid. Okay? Don't say generous in air quotes. It was. If you could fucking literally if you could actually receive the extra $600, like, dude, are you kidding me? Do you know how many fucking people I know that literally saved their lives as a consequence of that? It was generous as fuck. It's literally the reason why so many people are like, I'm never going to do this ever again. Dude, get the fuck out of here, dude. It was actually good for the first time ever. We literally eradicated poverty in the middle of a fucking pandemic, dude. So many people, unironically, were able to lift themselves up from the destitute conditions that they were subjected to. America has a huge welfare state. Bitch, I live in Finland and nobody here says it's too generous. No, America's welfare state is not gigantic. But having said that, the unemployment insurance was very good. It was actually good. And I said it at the time, and I will say it. I will say it all the way down. I was making more on unemployment than I make as a line cook working 40 hours a week. Exactly, dude. Exactly. And that got so many people to recognize their position in society. That got so many people to reflect. Like, holy fuck, dude. I'm taking shit every goddamn day. I'm working fucking 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours a goddamn week as a line cook. I'm getting fucking berated nonstop. My job has so many different angles that I need to cover. It's ruining my fucking physical health. It's ruining my mental health. Of course I'm not going to fucking go back to work for less pay. And business owners still can't comprehend that. They're like, what the fuck? why won't you come back to work? I don't understand. Like, dude, are you kidding me? Offer better benefits, better workplace conditions, okay? And most importantly, more pay. And people will come back. And I love the New York Times article on this. The New York Times daily podcast on this particular issue was wonderful, dude. I highly recommend it. I can't stand Mike Barbaro, but that was a really, really good fucking story. It made me so happy watching these, listening to these fucking restaurant owners crying about how people just won't come back to their fucking jobs as though they're supposed to fucking work by some intrinsic virtue that exists with grueling labor. Like, what kind of... I can't believe these people. They're such scumbags. They're just like fucking not coming back to work, said the small business owners. Okay? And it's like, dude, those very same small business owners would then talk about how fucking backbreaking the labor was because they had to fulfill those roles themselves. Thank you for the 550 subs, lol, in your face. They would literally talk about how they had to pick up shifts and do double shifts and fucking clean the dishes themselves and shit like that. And I was like, dude, how do you not recognize that, like, that's literally the reason? Because you won't pay these motherfuckers more to clean the goddamn dishes. Like, why should they come to work? Why should they come to work if there's a alternate, like, if there's an alternative out there? Like, it's your investment. You get all of the fucking profits. So, of course, from your point of view, it's like, why isn't everyone coming back to work? Well, bitch, it's not their fucking investment. It's not their baby. They're just providing value for you. There's no value without labor, and they're providing that labor in return for wages. So if you don't improve the conditions or increase those wages, of course they're not going to come back to work. Why should they? I thought that's how the fucking free market worked. The first time that you as a small business owner have to operate like a worker simultaneously while you're like running your small business and you're literally losing your fucking mind, dude, it should be a wake-up call for you on how fucking backbreaking and punishing and crippling that fucking work is, and that you should do everything you can to fucking eradicate your profit margin to be able to justify having a sustainable business where you have happy workers that will work in your business. COVID is going to have a similar worker impact like England did with feudalism and the plague. Nobility had to start paying serfs because all the workers were dying, so they had to compete for workers. Yeah, that's the other part of it. Like 600,000 people died, okay? I don't know what the exact age breakdown is, but there was plenty of fucking frontline workers that literally just died, okay? So many frontline workers just fucking died, dude, because maskless hogs would just come in and fucking spit in their faces as they were working. And their family members died. So yeah, it's hard to fill these roles because people, for the first time ever, saw that the welfare state could do what it's actually slated to do, which is allow people to survive. Okay? Because welfare, in the American understanding, is just a mechanism to ensure that you don't wither away or riot and are still able to go back to work. Like, the welfare mechanism is not actually for welfare as the name intends in the United States. So for the first time ever, when we actually had a welfare state that literally fucking did welfare, all hell broke loose. And now, despite the fact that the unemployment insurance is being capped earlier than when it was slated to end in most of these states, thank you, Emily Platt, for the 521 gift subs, people are still not going back to work. Now, on top of that, now we are trying, or the commerce and real estate is trying, the real estate industry is trying to push people out of their fucking homes and evict them so they are destitute. Like, they literally have to get forced pretty much at fucking gunpoint or at the threat of the threat of structural violence in the form of poverty, so they will go back to work at these fucking grueling jobs, these backbreaking jobs that they do where they get shit on by every other fucking human being as a part of your job. And that's insane to me. And they're so open about it. Like, these business owners, they like literally straight up say, they're like, no, we want the government to intervene or interfere in the free market because, you know, they literally cause people to not die when they don't work. So now people don't want to come back and work. So you have to help us by forcing them into a condition where, like, they literally have no other option but to work in these fucking jobs. They were almost as open as I am at the top of the hour, where I tell you it's time for a 60-second ad break. And the remedy for that 60-second ad break is always a subscription, whether it be for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime, or an ad block or a VPN. But Twitch Prime is ultimately free, so you can use it here instead of anywhere else. The worst part is that basically everyone who worked through most of the pandemic agrees that the business owners had a spite. Yeah.
Two-month spoggers.
Yeah, it is top of the fucking hour, boys. I'm sorry to tell you. I hate to break it to you, but here's the ad now. Dems not extending additional unemployment insurance. The establishment is pushing people back to work. Oh, yeah, they won't. Just like the other story that we're going to talk about, which is Pelosi's surprise flip on student debt cancellation. Remember when she came out swinging like a Republican? And was like, actually, like, why would people pay taxes for other people's, like, debt relief? That's crazy. Even though that's not even how debt relief works at the federal level if you're using the executive authority that the fucking president literally has. Nancy Pelosi's surprise flip on student debt cancellation came after urging from billionaire power couple. The House Speaker's change of heart came after Stephen and Mary Swig circulated a memo against cancellation via executive order. The memo obtained by The Intercept was distributed to members of Congress by Freedom to Prosper, an organization founded by and for the Swigs. The couple has in the past directly lobbied Pelosi, according to two sources with the knowledge of the meetings, in which the Swigs would suggest rhetoric or policy proposals that Pelosi would agree to adopt in some form. The source, like several others interviewed by The Intercept for this story, would only speak on condition of anonymity, citing the Swigs' financial sway in progressive circles. They also have contributed millions of dollars to the Democratic Party over the years. The couple, let me guess, they own a fucking debt restructuring business, right? The couple for many years have given the maximum amount permitted to campaign contributions to Pelosi. Doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. This is the fucking student debt cancellation backgrounder. Student loans were created in the 1950s as a part of the National Defense Education Act and what might be called an experiment of social engineering. Policymakers concerned about competition with the Soviet Union wanted to increase students' math and science capabilities. In 2014 and 15, Mary and Stephen Swig became fellows and then senior fellows at the Advanced Leadership Initiative of Harvard University. There, they introduced universal student debt cancellation as their project, which quickly attracted interest and support from top legal authorities and elected leaders. Stephen and Mary also sponsored and commissioned the Levy Economics Institute report, The Macroeconomics Effects of Student Debt Cancellation, which serves as the academic foundation for the student debt cancellation movement. Okay? Complete student debt cancellation, the cancellation of all outstanding public and private student loans will put money back in the pockets of borrowers and spur our economy. Wait, what? This is like... But this is pro-debt cancellation. I'm confused.
7 months hassle.
Studies show full cancellation will create 1.2 to 1.5 million jobs per year, lead to more small business creation. Okay. They're pro-student loan debt cancellation. I'm very confused. The Levi report finds that student debt cancellation could boost GDP by an average of $86 billion. Okay. No, the president cannot cancel student debt with a pen stroke. Recently, there's been heightened fervor. Wait, what?
Hassel, thanks for the constant content you provide, Arjan.
So they're like, we should do student debt cancellation, but the president shouldn't do it? Why? But he has already canceled. We can change politics in ourselves by canceling student debt. So they're like advocates for canceling student debt.
Poop.
But they want to do it through Congress? What? A turning point for turnout? A map of the future? Data for progress? Working with Freedom to Prosper also developed an interactive map of students by debt. Congressional district. Objections overruled. The moral case. That leads us where we began with the story. Here, too, there's evidence to support our beliefs. Research has shown that in cities with better educated, wages rise. Okay. Wait, I'm so confused. What the fuck?
Months, let's go.
In the end, however, ours is a moral argument. We believe that it's unfair to punish anyone for pursuing their dreams. We believe that we can reaffirm the balance. Okay, this makes no sense, dude. Whoa, the Sweeks created an entire organization dedicated to highlighting the moral depravity of student debt, and then they come out against the easiest way to bring that edifice down? Wait, that makes no sense, dude. What the fuck? Why are they doing that? It's the exact same as the oil industry doing lobbying for higher regulation, knowing that there isn't political momentum to actually change things. Bro, if there is a fucking moral depravity in subjugating millions of Americans into a lifelong debt for the crime of wanting to better their fucking labor pool, okay, to make the American labor pool more competitive, if that's a fucking moral depravity, then you solve that. Any means necessary. What is this fucking procedural fetishist bullshit? Like, we can't do that. After a borrower was provided with inaccurate or fraudulent information about the post-secondary institution, this was known as the borrower defense and repayment rule. Clearly, we applaud the goal behind the Warren Schumer proposal. It's laudable, and deferred repayment would actually be a helpful interim step. However, ultimately, Congress would need to provide a long-term solution. It could pass a law canceling all outstanding federal student debt and repaying all private student loans, such as a bill such as Representative Omar's would do exactly this. Congress can and should give more than $46 million to borrowers. I'm so confused.
1 year and no brainworms yet. Let's go, dudes.
This is so fucking stupid. Just do it. Just literally do it. It doesn't matter. Just do it. Just do it. I'm so confused. They want it repaid, not canceled. Maybe that's the reason. What, do they have like a... The idea simply of passing the executive order and letting the Supreme Court decide is hardly an abstraction. Biden did just that with his recent executive order. I mean, it doesn't matter because, like, Congress is never going to do it. Like, Republicans would never do that. If you're a fucking billionaire who has at least, like, a cursory understanding of how politics works in this country, you already recognize the devastating blow that Republicans will fucking deliver to any fucking bill, no matter how good it is for the American people. Actually, I take it back. Republicans are literally horny to destroy bills that are better for the American people. Like, the better the bill is for the overwhelming majority of Americans, the more likely it is that the Republicans will destroy it. They're terrorists. They're fucking terrorists, dude. I don't understand why you would, like, I don't get it. I don't know why we would fucking put a memo like this out there.
Way too overbearing. Then why also do we need to have the people that refuse to pay their rent not be able to be evicted? You know what you're...
Because do you want more homeless people? Charlie, I thought you thought homelessness was terrible. Do you want more homeless people? Like, you want 6 million people to be homeless, dude? Seems like a lot of homeless people, dude. That cause additional problems, no? I'm confused. Like,
you're really doing is you're destroying the small level scale rental market in our country. Is you're destroying the ability for business owners that might have 10 or 12 tenants and they're making revenue off of that and they have to pay a lot in property taxes.
Bro, here's what I gotta say, dude. That's an investment, motherfucker. Okay? That's an investment, dude. Sometimes investments fail. Maybe they should get back to work. You took the risk. This fucking small-faced bandit loves talking about fucking risk all the time. He's like, as a justification for why business owners deserve all the profits. He loves talking about the risk that business owners are taking. Why won't anybody think about the risk? It's like, we never think about the risk that workers are taking as well. The greatest risk a business owner has is to go back to being a fucking worker when his goddamn business fails, okay? That's the risk. They should do it. Now, having said that, do I care about, like, you know, fucking grandma and grandpa that have like one extra fucking unit and that's their entire, like, they can't go back to work and that's their entire livelihood? Of course I do. Guess what? There's a way to fucking help those people, okay?
You're destroying that entire business model. And what it really does is it subsidizes bad behavior. If you're at the point right now, and you're in August of 2021, and you still have not paid enough rent where they want to evict you, you got some serious financial problems. You should not be living there. You should be.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on.
I'm in a car.
I don't understand this argument. You have serious financial problems, so you should be homeless? Like, what is this argument, dude? Wow, dude, you're really poor. You deserve to be homeless. That's the entire argument. Let me translate this from, like, the polite Republican way of speaking to, like, what Charlie actually is saying. You have a lot of financial problems? You should fucking die. That's literally what he's saying. You should die, or at the very least, live on the fucking streets. Okay? Poop in a towel, motherfucker. You have financial problems. Sorry. That's crazy. That's actually fucking nuts that, like, people watch this guy and go, yeah, that's a good take, brother.
Be evicted. Especially with all the assistance that's been available to you. Instead, we're penalizing the people that have been paying their rent. I want you to think about this. The people that have been paying their rent, you know what they should be asking? Why did I pay my rent?
Yeah, they should.
Why did I do that? Now, it could harm your credit, but actually, Connor, can you look into this? I don't think they were allowed to put strikes against your credit. Am I right? Is that correct? So why even pay your rent? If you rent in the last year and a half, you're a sucker. If you pay rent, you didn't need to. Because I don't think there was any downside. Is that right, Connor? So you got a bunch of people that...
It's going to be awesome when there's, like, actual debt relief, too, on top of everything else. Like, where they're going to have to pay the rent. Like, the government is going to have to fucking swoop in and unironically pay the rent for them for all the months that they haven't paid. They're going to be so butthurt. But, like, there's no other way. I mean, the worst thing that could possibly happen will usually happen in American politics, right? So that means that they will probably pay off all the fucking debts and then the landlords will still evict them regardless.
That have been living literally rent-free. I know that sounds, because that's like an expression. Rent-free. But if you've been paying your rent, all that money you could have spent on other stuff. And there would be nothing used against you.
Great. I don't understand. Cool. He's literally just like, yeah, you guys are dummies for not fucking over your landlords, dude. Okay, let's Let's get some fucking fun reacts, dude. I'm sorry. I've been doing too much news today. I just haven't stopped. Breaking news. Austin Travis County officially on stage 5 COVID restrictions. This is the highest risk level for the pandemic. Uh-oh. Yeah, brother. Hey, let me tell you something, brother. I'm wearing my fucking Reagan Bush hat right here, okay? We're out here in California. We got less restrictions in Austin at stage 5, brother. That's ungoddamn constitutional. You understand me? What the fuck? Yay. You under fucking stand me? Governor Greg Abbott? You better stop this right now, brother. What the fuck? You better stop this right now. You better swoop in and stop the government from hurting my fee-fees with this COVID nonsense. My city sucks, but at least they're taking someone serious, except for Abbott, who wants us all dead. Yeah. This is Aiden Ross's chat after investing in MILFcoin. Dude, I saw this article, like I saw the fucking title, and I was like, one, like maybe bullying is not so bad, okay? And two, there is 0% chance that this fucking kid isn't like incredibly, like isn't literally a recipient of intergenerational wealth, okay? I'm sorry, like, come on, dude. Come the fuck on, dude. I mean, no shot. Yeah, dude, 16-year-olds are, if you're a 16-year-old in a private jet, you did not work to get that private jet. Okay? In the article, he's investing in the stock market at 10. Oh my God, dude. With what money, dude? He sold lemonade? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, his parents probably gave him like a couple $100,000. It's fucking bullshit, dude. Absolute bullshit. All right, let's get into fucking former FBI agent explains how to negotiate.
Negotiations in real life is the absolute...
I need you guys to fucking learn how to negotiate and learn how to negotiate well. This is the Sigma grind set. And of course, who else could teach us how to negotiate? FBI agents, dude. Negotiating to fucking, plot the kidnapping of Gretchen Whitmer with a bunch of dumb fucking crusty-ass anarcho-capitalist losers. Or negotiating with like... fucking autistic 16-year-old Muslim boys on the internet, negotiating with them to go and fucking, buy knives so they could go out and do like knife attacks so they can get arrested immediately before they can do that. Negotiating with kids with like literal intellectual disabilities and urging them to fucking do terror attacks, supply them with all the fucking funds and, teach them how to do that so they can fucking go and swoop in right before the last second so they can pat themselves in the back. That's FBI, #1 at negotiating, and you will learn how.
Failure on the part of so many people to not anticipate what you will be asked. I'm Joe Navarro, former FBI agent and body language expert. Asking for a raise, haggling in a market, deciding where to go for dinner, interviewing a suspect. All of these are a form of negotiation. Every successful negotiation follows a pattern. There's the assessment phase, the engagement phase, and the transactional phase. If any one of these fail, at worst you have a disaster. At best, this process takes forever. So if you were to ask me, well, when you were in the Bureau, what things did you do to negotiate effectively? Right off the top, I would tell you planning. Sitting down with, yellow legal pads and writing out, what is my objective? Clearly defined, what is the objective here? What words am I going to use with this individual? If you're talking to a CEO that has 2 degrees, what are you going to use? 4th grade words? You have to think of the audience. You have to think of what potentially they're going to throw at you. And not just what they may throw at you, how quickly they will throw it at you. Somebody that thinks fast, speaks fast, you're going to have to be able to throw that arrow back immediately. So it's planning, it's coordinating, it's rehearsing, sitting down with fellow agents and saying, okay, you're going to play the part of the bad guy. And yet, I've been to, observer of many a negotiation where there's this absolute failure to think about what will be asked. And this all goes to, winging it, thinking that negotiations is just about the transaction. Showing up and saying what maybe you've thought about, when in fact, the front end should be what takes up the most time. One of the jobs of the FBI was to recruit individuals who were working for hostile intelligence services. They would often be in the United States under different cover. As students, working with companies, and so forth. But it's not like you can walk up to somebody and say, hey, hi, I'm Joe, and we know you're spying, and please tell us everything. So it was a matter of letting them know that I was an agent of the FBI, and how can we begin to at least talk to each other? And what I found useful always was I would find them on the street, and I would just begin to walk with them. And if they carried the newspaper in the left hand, I carried the newspaper in the left hand. By mirroring their behavior, they don't feel threatened, but then next time when they see me again walking next to them, they're saying, wait a minute, there are no coincidences in counterintelligence work. And then I can begin a process of engagement that is benign. So one of the things that I found as an FBI agent in just trying to get people to either confess or cooperate with us was what came to be known as the empathic model of social interaction. And the empathic model basically looks at human communications and says, in every effective negotiation, you have the assessment phase, the engagement phase, and then the transactional phase. We look at assessment as all the information that we can gather ahead of time, plus what we can read from this person the minute we come into visual contact and then throughout the process. And so subconsciously, by approaching this individual and just mirroring their behaviors, they're thinking, this is a pro. This guy knows how to do it. This guy knows that I may be under surveillance, but this looks natural. The engagement phase is thinking about, well, where's the best place to meet them? How? How many people? Look, I'd like to meet you at this bar, but if that's going to cause you problems or it's going to force you to have to report it, then you tell me where you want to meet. And then lastly, it's the transactional phase where at some point we now cross over into what is our goal and objective? I want this person to cooperate. But that's not going to take place until I can coordinate the assessment and the engagement. Then it allows us to move into the transactional phase much more easy. I'm always assessing. I'm always trying to figure out the best way to engage, and then what is the best way to transact. One of the things that I always looked at is a term we coined called chronicity, and that is how we use time. We know that, for instance, for doctors, surgical accidents increase after the lunch hour. Parole boards are more willing to be lenient in the morning hours, less so in the afternoon. So a lot of that has to do with both the circadian rhythm and blood sugars. And so as I look at negotiations in law enforcement, I need to factor when is this person the most able to resist me versus, okay, at this point, there's going to be less resistance. Negotiations are temporal. Whoever dominates time is in charge. So you call a little time out, let's go talk. That changes the rhythm. That changes where this is going. When do I remain silent? There's a client I've worked with, and he said, Joe, I can't tell you how many times I've used silence. In fact, I was negotiating for a building with a father and a daughter, and they made an offer that was supposed to be like their final offer, And I just sat there and lowered my eyes, and it drove them crazy. And finally, the daughter said, okay, we're going to throw in another $1 million. And he wasn't expecting that. He was just expecting them to say, this is it. One of the things that I learned as an agent, especially dealing with extremists, is that you just let them vent. And not just let them vent once, but let them vent over and over and over and over. And just when you think they're shutting down, you say, well, tell me about that again, or would you cover that again? And what happens is, second law of thermodynamics, entropy. After a while, they've grown so tired. They've got so much negative emotions poured into this that eventually they wear out. And it leaves you in a better position to then negotiate. I've talked with a lot of airlines over the years, and one of the things that we say is that when you have a customer, especially at the gate, and they're being very vociferous, let them vent, let them vent, let them vent, and then eventually all that energy is just dissipated, entropy takes over, and then you can say, look, this is what we can do for you, and that's all. One of the most difficult cases that I ever had involved a man. He was in his late 30s, and he was a pedophile. We knew there were at least 2 photographs of what he had done, but we knew that these individuals collected a lot more. And the question was, number 1, where was it? Number 2, would he cooperate with us? And number 3, would he confess to all these crimes? And the difficulty was, when we assessed this individual, he seemed like a nice guy in the sense that if you ran into him on the street...
He was assessing himself. Dude, nice guy pedophiles, dude.
Has zero head.
It's like the one... remember when I said, like, when they do counterintelligence? They're doing, you know, they're like fucking... manipulating kids with like intellectual disabilities and shit like that. It's true.
You wouldn't perceive him as being a pedophile. Hey, real. But at the same time, I was assessing myself, and that was how angry I was that I was sitting with this individual. So I had my emotions to deal with, but I have to negotiate with him. I have to get this information out of him somehow. And to do so, I had to go through that process of assessing him. He says he's a churchgoer, okay? He says that he studied and graduated from high school and so forth. So I'm building up all these things that I can at least attach some humanity to. How to engage him became immensely difficult. I have to remain even and get the information out of him. And then I have to be careful about what language I use. Because if I say the wrong word, such as girl or child, he may just all of a sudden rear up and shut down. So it's about proceeding incrementally, constantly assessing him, watching his breathing rate, watching his blink rate, watching how often he touched his neck or he looked at me. Were his hands flat, palm down on his knees, or were his fingers gathered up? And after an hour, I'm understanding him better. We're now establishing communications more effectively. And I said, let me tell you about my situation. I'm a father. I'm also an agent. I'm not going to go away. I have people that I report to. And finally I said to him, look, I'm probably the only guy in this town that doesn't hate you right now. There's 1,000 people out here that would string you up right now. But I'm talking to you. I'm listening to you. And in doing that, he understood where I was coming from. No badge, no gun, no authority figure, just this is who I am. And then he explained his position. My life is ruined. I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to go to prison, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, most likely. Now we've established who we are as humans. And then I said, well, the first thing you could do is be helpful. You know, be helpful to me. Forget the U.S. attorney. Forget the prosecutors. I need this. And now it's personal. And so he immediately told me where the rest of the material was. Now, is this earth-shattering? Does it save a nation state? No. But I look at that as one of the most important cases I ever worked. And I attribute that success really not to myself.
Folks, coming up after this one is the Amazon review killer story. I'm just going to put a trigger warning right now, and I'm also going to promote it right now. There is kidnapping and murder on this one, okay? Finally taking a look at the Amazon review killer. Here, I'll fucking tweet out the murder is back on the menu too. I'm letting you know there's going to be an image that you're going to see in a second. Is back on the menu. Okay? The Macy's and others, I hope there isn't TOS on this because, you know.
But to this model that
Let's do it. The disturbing case of the
Amazon review
killer. I'm letting you guys know there's trigger warning here. Like you're gonna see some fucking images of someone in
search warrant on your property.
Kidnapped.
Okay? We have Kayla. We have Kayla in your property. She was locked in a container. Okay? She has told us that you shot and killed Charlie. Okay? So at this time, I'm going to need you to stand up and put your hands behind your back.
He's already handcuffed.
Okay. You're under arrest right now for kidnapping.
What's up, AYOO crew? It's the Raven, here to share another shocking, interesting, or just strange, but very true story with you. This is Todd Kohlhepp. Between 2003 and 2016, he murdered at least 7 people in South Carolina, and his story is one of the most bizarre I've ever heard. What you're seeing is Todd's taped confession, and less than a minute in, he says this.
I just think it's kind of funny.
What?
At the ending of all this,
Right.
you've helped me get back with my mom.
Right.
And I'm helping you solve a problem that just cleans the books up.
You see, Todd agreed to tell the truth about his crimes in exchange for a few things. First, he wanted to talk to his mother and give her a photograph, and second, he wanted to transfer money to the college fund of a friend's child.
There's probably not a lot we're going to be able to do for you. Giving you a clear conscience is one of the only things we can... Honestly, I'm not worried about my conscience. You gave me what I wanted. What I wanted was to have the opportunity to take care of my mom, whether my girlfriend accepts it or not, to at least attempt to take care of her and her kid.
Do you still want me to reach out and talk? I have not yet, but do you still want me to reach out and talk to her to see if she wants to come see you or talk to you?
If she would, please.
Okay, I will.
The biggest thing is, please let her know that whether I screwed up, I can't fix it.
You'll notice he seems pretty friendly and gregarious on the outside, and the more I learned about this case, the more I realized that's kind of his whole persona. You see, if there was one word that I could use to describe Todd, it's cocky. He likes getting his way and receiving praise for his actions. In fact, many people theorize that the only victim who managed to escape Todd with her life realized this very personality trait and used it to stay alive until help could arrive. Her name is Kayla Brown. On August 31st, 2016, 30-year-old Kayla and her 32-year-old boyfriend Charles David Carver went missing. They just decided to move in together after a few months of dating, and in order to start building their new life together, the pair was looking to pick up some extra work on the side. Kayla goes, "Oh, I know the perfect job. There's this guy, a real estate broker who I met through one of my exes a few years back. I'm sure he'll have something for me." And he did. Todd was a very successful man in the area after all, and he put Kayla to work cleaning houses for his listings. She was stoked to have the additional income, and the deal only got sweeter when Todd said he had a job that both she and Charles could take on together. This time, it was clearing brush at his own 95-acre property, which was only about 8 miles away from his actual residence. When Kayla and Charles arrived, Todd simply instructed them to wait outside while he went into a garage on the grounds to get something. As they stood alone in the creeping silence, neither one had any idea that these few quiet moments...
Murderous real estate developer, boys. Let's go. Let's get it. That's what I'm talking about. Nope, not Marjorie Taylor Greene, okay? But this guy instead.
Been watching on YouTube for a long time, but 2 months subbed on Twitch. Smiley face.
Out in the middle of nowhere,
least
were the last
psychotic
they'd ever
landowner
spend together. Over the next few days, the couple's loved ones started to grow concerned. Kayla's friend knew something was off when all her calls and texts went unanswered. But even when she visited Kayla's home and left notes on her car, there was no response. Charles was very close with his mother, and they talked every day. So when she stopped hearing from him after August 31st, she quickly reported him missing. Soon enough, the couple's apartment was checked, and although they were nowhere to be seen, their poor dog was inside all alone without any food or water. This just wasn't like Kayla or Charles. Something was seriously wrong. But even when the two were reported missing, there was virtually no trace of where they could have vanished. And then something really weird happened. Charles posted on Facebook. That's right. All of a sudden, just like nothing had even happened, Charles was back on social media with posts informing his friends that he and Kayla were expecting a child, that they had bought a house together, and that they were now married. He apparently also shared out-of-character posts about digging holes, sword violence for some bizarre reason, and chillingly the final lyrics to the Eagles song Hotel California, which finishes, "You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave." He shared strange posts like, "I wonder if I said hello, how many people would say it back? Let's try it. Hello." What color ribbon supports the cure for people who can't keep their nose out of other people's business? And sometimes late at night I dig a hole in the backyard to keep my nosy neighbors guessing. These all seem to be aimed towards deliberately provoking Charles's friends, and on this last post people commented, "Is that what you did to Kayla and the real Charlie?" And, "Are you hinting at what you did with them?" To make things even weirder, Charles's account was sharing and liking the missing persons pages set up by the couple's families, even promoting a fundraiser that hoped to hire a private investigator to look into the disappearances. None of this sat right with, well, anyone. The grammatically incorrect and mean-spirited post didn't sound like Charles at all. Not to mention the real Charles was barely ever active on Facebook before all these sudden posts. The account at one point even posted an old picture of the couple captioned, "We're fine," which was soon deleted. On October 1st, a concerned friend commented, "Where the hell is Kayla Brown?" To which Charles's account responded, "Kayla is with her husband Charlie." "Why can't she have any contact with us? And who is this?" "She doesn't want to." "I don't believe that. I know Kayla. She's not going to just run away from everyone. You or her should at least let someone know she's alive." The people that need to know that we are okay know that. If you look at the timestamps on these comments, they're only minutes apart. Whoever was replying wasn't even taking the time to carefully think out these cryptic responses. One friend shared that they were sent a disturbing message from the account reading, "I'm just missing to everyone else. We are both okay. There's only one person that knows where we are, the person that means the most to me and Kayla. She knows where we are, and we are coming that way forever." Well, as you can probably guess, this wasn't Charles using his account at all. It was Todd trying to throw people off his trail, buy himself some time, or maybe, just maybe, he was doing this purely for the fun of it, like a little performance he got to put on. And the further we dive into his life, the more you'll see that Todd definitely cares a lot about how...
Okay, this one is fucking insane, dude. I mean, most of them are fucking insane, but, like, this one is somehow more insane. I feel like I say this all the time. Like, every time we fucking watch... Every time we watch one, it's like, it gets worse than the previous one that we had watched. It's the most psychotic thing, dude. Like, fucking acting like the victims themselves. Like, this is like the modern day equivalent of what, like, those other dudes would do when they would, like, cut the fucking heads and, like, recreate scenery with their victims and shit.
Having all the attention on him. But now, let's go back to what really happened that last day of August when Charles and Kayla showed up on the property. After going inside, Todd had suddenly re-emerged from the door, but the friendly facade that he was known for in town had completely drained. Now he was dead serious, and as Kayla and Charles looked down, their hearts sank at the realization that he was holding a gun. Before they even had time to process what was happening, scream for help, or run, Kayla says that 3 bullets were fired, right into Charles's chest. Kayla's whole world screeched to a halt, and she could do nothing but watch. She knew in this moment she was trapped, all alone on the expansive property of an unpredictable killer, one who absolutely nobody in town would ever suspect to be hiding such a horrible secret. She was utterly silent and still from shock as Todd grabbed her, placed her in handcuffs, and then led her inside of a dark metal shipping container. This would become her prison. She was chained by the neck, ankles, and hands and would spend all day inside the box, except for 1 to 3 p.m. and 5 to 7 p.m. At those times each day, like clockwork, Todd would come retrieve her, bring her inside of a 2-story garage on the property, and force her to perform sexual acts. She would be fed, allowed to use the bathroom once, and given a small container of water to clean herself. She looked for any opportunities to escape, but they never came. For Kayla, time was running out. This was the hell she lived in while authorities were trying to piece together the puzzle of where she and Charles had disappeared to. All the while, Todd's posts on his own Facebook account were getting weirder and weirder, and looking back, his strange and cynical words are very telling. He had some generally questionable posts like this one from September 15th, 2 weeks after Kayla and Charlie went missing. Reading the news, this person is missing, that person is missing, another person is missing. Oh wait, that person just went to the beach with a friend. Another person found with her parole violation boyfriend. In the event I become missing, please note no one would take me. I eat too much and I'm crabby. They would just bring me back. On September 26th, he once again took to Facebook to rant. In my family, you get backhanded for talking back or being disrespectful. Wonder what the punishment would have been if I had looted, burned cop cars, and threw stuff at people. When I messed up, Mom beat my ass. Stepfather beat my ass when he got home. Next time I went to my grandparents, I got my ass beat. You just didn't act up. These kids and adults just don't know. Damn shame, too. They might learn to appreciate if they did. Needless to say, the hypocrisy of this post is pretty ironic considering all the horrible things Todd's done in his life. On September 30th, he posted, "Just admit it, you look at the news, you see the political crap and the school shootings and just general WTH is going on. Zombie apocalypse is starting to look better and better every day." On November 3rd, he shared a post that really shows just how quick his fuse was, how he viewed almost every interaction through an angry lens, and really how much he loathed others, or maybe just felt better than everyone else. "We need Ebola to come as a huge snowstorm, wipe out half the population, then melt away. Just tired of entitlement, rude-ass people for no reason, people who race to cut in front of you to slam on the brakes to make right turns, and that that stands in the aisle at the grocery store, and dude, you know who you are, that blocks the aisle checking out the microbrews and blocking everyone on their way to their Michelob. Bitch move." Notice how incredibly furious Todd gets when he feels that he's been personally slighted by random strangers. Remember this because it will become extremely important later on. But despite Todd's obvious temper online, nobody would have expected in a million years what skeletons he had tucked away in his closet. It wasn't until authorities got a search warrant to access Kayla's Facebook account.
Bro, this motherfucker is just literally the most normal conservative, okay? This is just like, he's just boomer posting like a conservative. I swear to God.
The picture would come together all at once. Investigators began searching the online profile for clues, and that's when they saw conversations between Kayla and Charlie about the job on Todd's property on August 31st. Now police knew what they were doing on that crucial last day, and when they went to trace the pair's phones, their worst fears were confirmed. Neither Kayla nor Charlie...
No, the best part is like, yeah, if I was rioting... Listen here, if I was fucking rioting, dude, I'd get so fucking owned. If I was out here riding, dude, it's like, dude, what do you mean? You literally kidnapped and murdered people. You fucking kidnapped and murdered people, dude. It's just, yes, it is chicken curry, as always.
Charles had ever left the area of Todd's property. Police now knew exactly what they had to do, but not one person was fully prepared for what they might find. At about 8 a.m. on November 3rd, one group of investigators went to Todd's house, where they spoke for a while with the man, both sides remaining a bit guarded, unsure what the other side was hiding. As Todd was questioned about what he knew concerning the missing couple, Kayla and Charlie, he didn't know that another team of investigators was simultaneously arriving at his 95-acre property a few miles away to scour it for evidence. However, at this time, the authorities who were with him did reveal to Todd that they knew the cell phones of the missing persons had last pinged on his property. Todd responded, "You're trying to find the girl." The detective corrected him that they were looking for both her and her boyfriend. Guess Todd slipped up there, as he was the only one who knew Charlie was already gone.
We have a search warrant, okay, for your residence and your car, okay? We are mainly looking for your cell phone, okay? Well, me and at least him need to go in with you.
Meanwhile, not long after arriving on Todd's expansive rural land, the other team of deputies drove down its long gravel road and came upon the two-story garage. When they went inside, they were immediately concerned to see that the makeshift living space was adorned by shackles. But then they came upon the thing that fully stopped them in their tracks. In the bathroom, inside of a lone wastebasket, was a pile of hair clippings, reddish-brown in color. They warily headed back outside to continue the search, but as the investigators came across Todd's looming shipping container and went to take a closer look, they were suddenly chilled to the bone by a strange noise. Someone was banging on the walls from the inside, and they were screaming desperately for help. In that moment, the whole atmosphere changed. Deputies rushed to open the doors, but the container was tightly sealed shut by 5 heavy padlocks. This unforgettable video captured the few tense minutes where everyone held their breath, as a few men cut and pry open the locks, and then, finally, they were in.
Watch out. Y'all move.
The dark box was littered with supplies and crime novels, and in the very back, chained to the wall by her neck, sat a despondent Kayla. On top of the dog bed she'd been made to sleep on for the past 2 months, barely able to move as her restraints had forced her to stay sitting up almost all the time during her captivity. The investigators try their best to console Kayla as they get bolt cutters to set her free.
Just a girl. How are you, honey? This is our investigator. He's a paramedic. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're going to get you out of there, okay? Just hang loose for me. Anybody got I need a handcuff key. Handcuff key. I got it right here. Hold up. Y'all slide back. Hold on. He's got a light. We got to let you take photographs. Randy, let me see your light, Randy. You can put your hands down, sweetheart. You're okay. We're here, okay?
But despite the extended trauma Kayla had just endured, her immediate response to being rescued was clear, coherent, and calmer than anyone could have expected. Her strength in this footage is beyond admirable.
Do you know where your buddy is?
Charlie?
Yes.
He shot him.
He shot him?
Who
did? Douche.
Todd Colehep shot Charlie Carver 3 times in the chest, wrapped him in a blue tarp, put him in the bucket of the tractor.
Oh my God.
Locked me down here, and I never seen him again. Okay. He says he's dead and buried. He says there's several bodies dead and buried out here, and he says that the dogs will be ruined if they go looking because there's red pepper.
We're going to step you out, sweet. Because there's what?
Red pepper.
Okay. Tell the dog people that.
He says there's pepper everywhere around the car. The car's supposedly in a ravine under the land.
Okay.
The investigators at Todd's house were alerted of the shocking discovery, and they quickly confronted Colehep, letting him know the jig was up. They had Kayla, and there was no weaseling his way out of it now.
All right, this is where we're at, Mr. Colehep. While we were here, all right, my sergeant served a search warrant on your property. Okay? We have Kayla.
Excuse me?
We have Kayla.
Time to start
in your property.
And trying to get banned.
She was locked in a container. Okay? She has told us that you shot and killed Charlie. Okay? So at this time, I'm going to need you to stand up and put your hands behind your back.
He's already handcuffed.
Okay. You're under arrest right now for kidnapping.
The other cops already fucking handcuffed him.
All right? They're continuing to search your property. They're going to continue. They got cadaver dogs down there. Okay? If you want to help yourself, tell me where Charlie's at so we can go find his body. That's pretty much where we're at right now. Okay. Do you want to help yourself and tell me where the body's at so we can go recover Charlie's?
What now, motherfucker, huh? Guess what, bitch? That guy who's fucking standing between you and Michelob Ultras, that guy didn't fucking murder anybody, okay? Yeah, I hope you're happy, you sick fuck.
No, sir.
Yeah, no more Michelob Ultra for you, dude.
No, sir. Okay. Why'd you shoot him? I didn't shoot anybody, sir. Okay, why'd you lock her in a container in your property? I was talking about. She's on your property right now, locked in a container. They just got her out of they called it a specific name. Connex box. She was locked in a container in a Connex box. They got her. We have investigators. We have like 20 investigators on your property right now. Okay. And they have found her in the Connex box. So she never left your property. Okay, you locked her in the Connex box, and she has told investigators that you shot and killed Charlie. Okay, so I'm trying to give you an opportunity to help yourself and help us, help you find this.
Wow, this is a really good defense, dude. He's putting on a really solid defense. It's called the "I don't know what you're talking about" technique. Okay, very effective, very, very effective. I mean, wow, my God, dude.
Body. Because she's saying Charlie's body, you buried Charlie's body on that property. No, sir. So you're saying you didn't lock her up, you didn't put her in a Connex box or anything? No, sir. I'm going to need an attorney. Probably a good thing. Go ahead and put him in the back of your car. Sir.
Watching this clip, Todd seems almost frozen by disbelief, like he never thought he'd actually get caught. Authorities soon discovered Charlie's car also on the property, which Todd had spray painted and covered in debris in order to conceal it.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? That's all he did? Bro, I swear to God, like, I guess you could literally fucking get away with this shit if you're rich enough and if you have a big enough property and, like, depending on what area you're doing this, you know what I mean? Spartanburg. But he didn't even fucking try, dude. He was just, like, literally trying to... The only thing he tried was get caught. Where's the car? I don't see it. Okay, stop. Where's the car? I don't understand what you're saying. Where'd it go? Fuck, I almost caught the car. Now I don't know where it is.
It's kind of weird to me that Todd seems to consider himself a criminal mastermind and thought out all these ways to keep his dirty deeds secret, but he didn't even seem to consider the possibility that authorities could ping the victims' phones and find him that way. One sergeant would later say that he feels Todd wanted to get caught so he could have an audience and tell people about his awful...
Wait, why the fuck didn't they do that ahead of time? Wait. Why didn't they do that for months?
...crimes. I might have to agree. As she rode in the ambulance, Kayla would reveal more heartbreaking details of her time trapped with Todd. One of the things I found...
So Todd was right. They were, like, kind of not wrong. Like, that's how fucking dumb the authorities were.
...found most disgusting was the harrowing way she described the sexual assaults.
Most of the time, whatever I mean, you want it sexually again. And I refused to do anything that he wanted. If I said no, he didn't force himself on me. He said he didn't believe it, but he made it very well known why I was there.
What the
if
fuck?
I wasn't useful, that I wouldn't need to be kept any longer, and that he would shoot me.
This is seriously one of the most evil things I could ever imagine.
Cops are like, wait a minute, I don't understand.
German leftist represent.
Cops are like, yeah, we do that on a daily basis. Is it still legal in South Carolina to sexually assault your, rape your suspects? Let's see. Yes, chat. For those of you who don't know, sex under coercion is rape. Cops, until recently, in many different states, could legally have sex with their suspects. Yes, people that they've arrested. Okay, never mind. Wait, hold on. Police sexual misconduct, a national scale study of arrested officers? Hold up. Ron Watkins at it again.
Love you, Hasan XOXO.
Let's see. This is most definitely bullshit. New York only like a couple years ago made it illegal for cops to have sex with their suspects and people that they've imprisoned in sexual assault in general. If you didn't know that, well, welcome to fucking reality, okay? New York. Fact check. Sex between police officers and their detainees isn't illegal in many states. Claim in 35 states, police can legally have sex with and rape detainees if they claim it was consensual. As their eyes on the police reform viral, So what are they going to say? It's like, oh, here's the consent loophole in New York. Our rating, partly false. We rate the claim that police officers can legally have sex and rape individuals in their custody in 35 states, partly false. Rape by anyone is illegal in every state. While it was true that 35 states did not have laws explicitly criminalizing sex between officers and detainees in 2018, many states have since passed legislation that criminalizes it. Wait, how is that partly false then, dude? What the fuck? 2018 is when we decided, we probably shouldn't do this. Now, the second reason for why they have this, is because cops will do like sting operations on sex workers, in which, some of them fuck the sex workers, shit like that. I love this, like, partly false. Literally in the description, it says, well, it was true until 2018, dude. Bullshit, it's a morale thing, like Ashton not having sex with his patient, nothing to do with rape. You do propaganda bullshit now? Wait, what?
Daddy.
What? What the fuck? Misgive sister? Didn't you used to blame people living and referring to the past? Has Hasan reacted to JCS Andy Lee yet? Andy Lee already? Check the Andy Lee one already? Oh, this guy just only wants to fucking watch me watch murders and shit. Okay. Cops, under any circumstance, under no circumstance can a police officer have sex with their fucking detainees. That is a coercive state in which the detainee is literally being raped. Kind of like labor under coercive circumstances, such as prison labor, is widely regarded as slave labor, okay? Just because you personally don't seem to appreciate it as such does not change the reality, okay? If you're under duress and the person who literally holds the keys to your freedom is telling you, I'm going to fuck you, there is no way that you can consent. It's like having sex with someone who's absolutely fucking drunk out of their mind, blacked out drunk. He's leftist, so he's good. What the fuck are you guys, communists or what? What a bad take. You can still easily consent. You missed my point. I didn't see your point. I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know why you think I read your point and missed it. Okay? I don't know why you guys are literally not understanding the point I'm making. In this situation, the Amazon review killer was saying, hey, I'll just kill you if you don't fuck me. But if you don't want me to fuck you, then, that's fine. I'm not going to fuck you because I don't believe in rape. And the reason why I drew a parallel is because that same coercive element, the duress, built into the situation within a kidnapping is literally the exact same as a cop being like, hey, I'll fuck you. It's all good. Maybe you want to get out. I'll fuck you. It's literally the exact same power dynamic. You have robbed someone of their freedom. Doesn't matter if they're like justifiably robbed someone of their freedom or not. Ultimately, the sentiment is you've robbed someone of their freedom. An arrest is a kidnapping? Yeah, an arrest is technically a kidnapping. It's just the justifiable one in a lot of circumstances. All right, let's keep going.
Not only did he do
Yes,
unspeakable
an arrest is a legal kidnapping, by the way. Yes.
things to her without her consent, but it seems like he somehow managed to convince himself that this was not assault, probably in order to feel less guilty and pathetic, and in turn make Kayla feel even more worthless. Simply unbelievable. And it just goes to show, once again, the mental gymnastics a narcissistic person like Todd would do to believe that his victim genuinely wants to be intimate with him, even though he's literally putting Kayla's life on the line if she doesn't comply. He apparently also told her that Stockholm Syndrome would kick in and she'd be happy with him, and that he'd planned to build a soundproof room for her to...
Oh my god, these guys like exuding Redditor energy, dude. Actually, I read somewhere that Stockholm Syndrome will kick in and you'll start enjoying this. It's like, dude, fuck you, dude.
live in long term. Kayla also revealed that Todd liked to brag that he was a serial killer and a mass murderer, and that his dream was to get his body count in the 3 digits since it was supposedly only in the high 2 digits so far. Just listen to these bizarre claims that Todd allegedly boasted about to Kayla.
He said if I was a good girl, he'd teach me how to kill and I'd get to be his partner. He said he used to kill people for the government. He said he was a paramilitary contractor, and that when he got home, he just couldn't keep from seeing the bad in everybody.
Oh my god. Getting upset about people fucking protesting, calling them rioters. Incredibly active on Facebook constantly. Dude, this guy is... Oh, God, it's doing the thing again. Oh, God, it's doing the fucking thing again, chat. I hate it when it does that thing. I hate the CC, like, catches what I'm saying. It's fucking creepy. Anyway. LARPing is a fucking paramilitary contractor. It's literally just the textbook fucking... It is the textbook 60-second ad break that I just remembered, so I'm shoving in here, okay? But he is literally the fucking textbook conservative on the internet. He's like, yeah, I'm a paramilitary guy. You know, I kill people. He's like, no, you fucking didn't. You're a real estate developer. Okay? Yeah, my dashboard is open, and my dashboard has my stream. So it's like automatically picking up the audio from my stream, I think. Anyway, listen, folks, it's top of the hour. Every hour, it's time for a 60-second ad break. If you no longer want to see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. Okay? You can subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. Or you can use an ad blocker or a VPN. However, Twitch Prime is free if you have it. Here's the ad break now. Let's keep going.
I really don't know where the whole killing people for the government thing comes from, but I'd guess it was just a fabrication Todd made up just for the sake of attention. So this was the big case that finally put Todd Kohlhepp behind bars.
Yeah, this guy's unaware of, like, conservative rhetoric. That's why he doesn't get it. Conservatives do this shit all the time.
But as authorities continued speaking with him, they would discover that the rabbit hole of Todd's life was far deeper and darker and more evil than they could have ever imagined. First of all, shortly after being taken into custody, Todd would lead police to a site on his property where 2 more corpses were found. Authorities were shocked to unearth Johnny Coxey and his wife, Megan McGraw Coxey, a young couple who had been missing since December 2015. Autopsies revealed that Megan died from a gunshot wound to the head, while her husband received a fatal wound to the torso. To make matters even worse, while it was determined that Johnny had been killed immediately, Megan had been kept alive for 6 days before Todd brutally murdered her on Christmas. Upon further research, it appears Megan and Johnny had just been released from jail shortly before they went missing, and with various sources reporting that they had a history of panhandling and that their baby tested positive for heroin, you kind of get the feeling that Todd specifically preyed upon people he knew were at a bad place in life, and particularly vulnerable. Now, Megan and Johnny may have had problems of their own, but of course, when Todd told the story of how they died, he framed it in a way that made him look like the good guy in the situation. Well, sort of. Todd gave investigators this play-by-play in his confession.
You picked them up at Blackstock, and you know what? You picked them up at Blackstock and Regal Road, I think you said, and then that's, well, okay, no, where's the start? I met her there. Okay. Got her number. We talked on the phone for a brief moment. Okay. Then I met them later on at that next to Ricky's Hot Dogs, big huge parking lot. They walked across and spoke to me there. Okay. I almost thought she was going to hit on me to actually, come on, I shoved the $90,000 car.
Don't you guys feel any embarrassment being trash and chatting in TTS all day and being full of shit while HasanAbi is trying to give us juicer content? A lot of you guys are being a disgrace to me and to others who are trying to enjoy the stream. You people make me sick. Is that an XQC juicer copy pasta? Because I love that. I wish more chatters said stuff like that.
But that's not what I was there for. I got you. I'm going to tell you, our meeting looked shitty as shit. I understand. I mean, I got you because you show up with that. In that parking lot? Yeah, and her, kind of the way she was. I understand what you're talking about. Basically offered her the job, offered to let him go in and come work as well. The next day, this was over several days. The next day, she was in the paper, mugshots. I guess you guys had arrested her for meth or some hair. I don't know. Something was in her bloodstream, and you took her kids away. Okay. I asked her about it, and she informed me that, yeah, she had drug issues and with that. Okay. I still was going to give him a chance. You know, I get happens to people. It's hard. I get it. And I picked him up, and I drove him to my Land of It Kids Supplies, and got him down to my building, and that's when Johnny pulled a knife out, and
you shot.
I shot.
What did you do with his knife?
I don't know. I don't keep that kind of crap.
You just threw it out?
Yeah, I got thrown out.
Okay. What did she do when you shot Johnny? What did she do when Johnny pulled the knife out? What did she say?
Nothing.
So you think she was planning on the planning of this?
He's so smart, but doesn't realize that, like, you can fucking do an autopsy and figure half this shit out. It's a lie.
I think she entirely wasn't planning on it. Okay. There was no. Oh,
yeah.
Johnny, what are you doing? There was none of that. This was her actions were. She knew he was doing that. They saw a guy who had a load of money, driving a car they can't afford. They didn't even have a car, and they were going to get something.
So then you shot him how many times?
Shot him twice.
Okay.
Thank you, Ella FH, for the 5 gifted subs.
He dropped forward. I went around him and put another one through his spinal column.
Okay, and you shot.
Bro, this is like, he's literally living out his, like, conservative fantasies when that's not what happened. You know what I mean? Like, he's just basically living out his fucking fantasies. Like, this is how he imagines he would fucking behave in a situation where he's, like, being attacked or something. So he's just LARPing.
Not exactly.
Do you believe Todd's version of events? To me, it seems like he could have easily done the exact same thing to this couple as he did to Kayla and Charles. Just attack them unprovoked in order to keep the female party to himself. Even the way he tells the tale seems like an excuse to humble brag about how much money he has. After all the heartless crimes Todd has committed against innocent people, I just don't know if I can buy this. But it is true that Megan and Johnny had a sketchy record, and it's not too unbelievable that they could have tried something. Either way, I really doubt that Todd was very upset when he got the opportunity to kill. Next, Todd goes on some random tangents about how his property and storage container was never supposed to be used for such gruesome purposes, which is just a pretty bizarre topic to ruminate on after everything he's done.
The Connex was not meant to be a cage.
Okay.
All that change was after the fact.
Okay.
Connex was designed for my food and my weapons.
Oh, there it is. And he's a Y2K doomsday prepper. This guy's everything, dude. This is awesome. This guy's literally everything that conservatives are. Like, wrapped up into one big fucking tubby meme, okay?
And to secure my four-wheeler before I had the building built.
Okay.
The back area that's all wood, that wasn't designed for them. That was designed for my stuff.
Okay.
Until last...
Why are you telling this? Is this to imply that, like, you were... I was actually saving them, officer. I was saving them from doomsday. Saving them from Y2K. Thank you, SMAX10 for the 10 gifted subs, and thank you, Sepsis Bear, for the 5 gifted subs.
Week, there was no ceiling on that.
Okay.
I put that in because she was cold. Kayla was cold.
And Todd just loves talking about all his stuff.
I went down to Connex, cleaned out the back area, because I had all in there. And at one time, those ammo racks weren't there. The ammo rack was
Hey, you
here
spell
and
out my
here.
name for the 5 years of subs.
Pistol rifle.
Okay.
You know, I had chain around. There's lots of chain in that building. I use chain for all kinds of shit. There's chain in the woods where I've got trees.
I don't understand. Like, is he trying to get credit? Like, is he trying to be like... I just don't get it. Like, is he trying to get fucking credit for... what do you call it? For not, like, murdering her immediately or something? Like, he's like, oh, I took care of her. She was cold, so I decided, like, you know, she should no longer be cold. So I put a roof over that Connex.
Trees would come along that are starting to lean towards my fence, and I'll put a chain around it, hook a come along to it, and start working it this way, and over a period of time, it'll fall away from the fence. So chain and cable and that kind of stuff, I got a lot of it.
Okay, let's pause right here. Todd is obviously very proud of all his gear, and he clearly has kidnapping down to a science. But before we go any further with Megan's story, you need to see the backstory to all this equipment. And it's actually...
So, now, are we now going to find out why he's called the Amazon Review Killer? Because, oh my god, dude, I've been wondering, it's been 25 minutes, and I'm like, why the fuck haven't we seen anything from Amazon so far?
Probably the most bizarre thing about this entire case, the Amazon reviews. Yep, that's right. When investigators looked into Todd's internet activity, they discovered something absolutely insane. Todd had been buying the tools for his crimes out in the open on Amazon, and he left public reviews where he described exactly what he was using them for. The crazy part is, anybody who read these creepy reviews probably laughed it off as just some dark humor. On a master padlock review, the review read, "Solid locks have 5 on a shipping container. Won't stop them, but sure will slow them down till they're too old to care." On a fixed blade, "Haven't stabbed anyone yet, but I am keeping the dream alive, and when I do, it will be with a quality tool like this." On a master lock, "Works great. Also, if someone talks back, go old school on them by putting this in a sock and beating them. They will not appreciate the hardened steel like you will. Works great on." Looks like he said shipping container. "Keep in car for when you have to hide the bodies, and you left the full-size shovel at home. Does not come with a midget, which would have been nice. Works excellent. Getting the neighbor to stand still while you chase him with it is hard enough without having an easy-to-use chainsaw. It's blacker than my soul and priced right." There was even a review that read, "Now my locks have locks. Place is Hotel California now." Guess Todd was a big fan of that song. What would you have thought if you saw these on Amazon? Would you have been concerned or just brushed it off? Either way, all of Todd's reviews just further demonstrate how smart and funny he fancies himself as, and how much he wanted to brag about his crimes, even if he had to do it in this roundabout way. But moving forward with Todd's 2015 crime, this next clip is very disturbing and disgusting, as Todd describes how he decided what to do with Megan. It really feels like he views his victims as nothing more than objects which he can dispose of whenever it gets in.
Hello, Hasan XQCL. Can you say XQCL? Say it now? No. I will not say it.
Convenient for him.
I didn't know what to do with her, man. One side I really wanted to drop her. The next side I really... I kind of wanted to save her ass.
Let me back up real quick before we go that far, because we were talking about Johnny. Okay. The girl that was with Johnny, did you shoot her?
Not at that time.
Okay, what happened with her?
She panicked, but then I told her to sit down. She sat down. Went ahead and cuffed her, patted her down, told her I wasn't going to hurt her. She calmed down, and I actually took her to the Connex. No, that's not true. I had her lay there for a while. I didn't know what the hell to do with her. I didn't want her in my Connex because I had stuff in there. I didn't know what the hell to do with it. Putting her in with my guns is not a good move.
I understand that.
I actually had to go. For the first time, I was having a little bit of a panic of what the hell do I do with her. Put her here, put her there, drop her. What the hell do I do? Do I call the cops? I got illegal guns. I told her I wasn't going to touch her, wasn't going to hurt her, wasn't going to her. Just calm the hell down and let me sort this out. Somewhere between I did that, when I shot him, set the back tight in the back, got her to calm down, and kept coming back and forth trying to figure out what to do, but I had her cuffed, and she wouldn't go anywhere. Eventually, I went and, I want to say I left her on that floor for a while. I left her on that floor cuffed. I would not.
Cops were like, you could have gotten a job with us, brother, if you weren't doing, Should have just joined the badge, brother. You should join the force.
Because I didn't know what the hell to do with her. I didn't want her in the building.
Okay.
Got the tractor, got it out of there, picked the body up, and was trying to figure out what the hell to do with it.
This is Johnny's body?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I was held with a meltdown.
And listen to how much more concerned he is about losing his sanctuary than he is about murdering people.
The land was supposed to be my
sanctuary.
Yeah, not my killing field.
Right.
I understand. Not meant to be my killing field. It was supposed to be the place where I go to relax and get away from people and not deal with this.
Mm-hmm.
This killing really bothered me because it was such needless.
This is called the technique. Where all you do as a cop is say over and over again as the murderer reveals every single minute detail of his life.
Hell, I was giving him money. Why were you robbing me?
He thinks this violence was all needless and stupid. Pretty ironic considering all the people he's killed out of petty personal grudges. You'll see what I mean soon enough. It's all about what works for Todd. He goes on to nonchalantly describe burying Johnny, saying, "It was a lot more work than you think." Then he wasn't sure what to do with Megan.
Tied her up, left her there, while I tried to figure out what to... I didn't know what to do with it, man.
Right.
Got rid of Johnny. Came back. Left her there. Went and got food. Fed the girl.
Fed her after she tried to rob you?
Man, what are you going to do with her? I don't want to shoot her.
I understand.
I mean, I can't have some crazy bad woman going back. I mean, she was going bipolar left and right.
She wouldn't calm down, like...
Oh, she finally calmed down. But she would... She was talking to me, and first she had drug issues.
Right.
And then she kept going off the deep end with weird shit and kept talking, and then she kept telling me that she had manic modes or some sort of bipolar lithium crap. I don't know what the hell it was. Where, she was up, down, up, down, up, down.
So she didn't mellow out like Kate.
Chill out. Okay, it's gonna be alright. I don't know why this is happening today. It might be a fucking site-wide problem again. It might be my own personal internet. I don't know what it is. Just hold the fucking door, guys, okay? Second goddamn time today. Is it... I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's a Twitch-related thing. It's like, it's not adjusting. I'm so hot right now, too. Dude, what the fuck is going on, dude? I go for months without any problems. All of a sudden, like, it's just like everything is fucked up. Your old places go out all the time. The new one's been decent. No, I never had internet problems here. I don't. I never have internet problems here. This is the first fucking time it's happened. And I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I need to see how much how much juice I have. How do I see it again? Is it like network detector? How do I see internet speeds? Internet speed test, right? Let's see what the fuck's going on here. I need to run a speed test real quick. It might... 600 down right now. 647, 650 down.
Central Jersey Big Poggers.
I wonder if I'm getting throttled or not. Let's see. 630 down. No. Oh, dude, it's Twitch. It's on Twitch's end. No, it's literally on Twitch's end, chat. The bitrate is like fucking up and it's unstable on Twitch's end. I have 31 megabits per second upload, and 671 megabits download. It's literally Twitch. Twitch is fucking up. Not happening the LUD, so not Twitch. It's not happening on my end. I'm literally running a speed test, and my numbers are fucking golden right now. So it clearly can't be me. It's still in the red. It says my connection is unstable. I can't tell if it's site-wide or not, but I'm losing it. I'm literally losing it. It might be super delayed, too. It has to be Twitch's services, chat. Dude, I'm literally looking at my fucking speed right now.